I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
What up? We are in the building. It is Truth Telling Thursday. Steve Kim hops in here. We got a few legends joining the show. Legendary Laker Michael Cooper will hop on, and he will show up. Hopefully today he can get on. He's been busy coaching, obviously, so he'll chop in. I can't wait to talk about some legendary Lakers Celtics stories, all things LA, what his story's doing, what he's doing today, and much, much more. And, of course, Steve Kim pops in, and it is Truth Telling Thursday, man, on the realest show on Planet ERF. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member. And if anybody is a comedic fan, we got Craig Shoemaker on the show as well, who's a comedian extraordinaire, performed at the Laugh Factory last night. He'll be popping in as well. So we got a loaded show, loaded lineup. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. This show is powered by BetUS. So head on over to BetUS TV today. Use our promo code CoachJB. Let's dive right into it, man. Dave Portnoy, who owns Barstool, goes off on an employee slash show co-host or host of a show in a heated debate about Jews, jokes, and freedom of speech yesterday. Here's the irony of this shit. Dave Portnoy is starting to become a bitch, what he called his employee. I would assume he despises Hitler and the Holocaust history, etc., etc. Wouldn't you all agree with me? Obviously, defending the Jewish heritage that he is part of, he would obviously hate and despise Hitler, Holocaust, dictatorship, maybe. But yesterday, he clearly acts as a dictator with his own people, his own employees, and it continues to continue. But make it make sense. While he continues to say, stop Jewish hate. I'm all for ripping someone's ass who works for me, but damn, which one is it, Dave? Do you want freedom of speech or not? Do you despise dictatorship or not? You sound like a clown, homie. You talk all this shit about the Jewish hate, but you are on the one on the record hating on other races, ethnicities, people, etc. for years and years and years. But once it involves your heritage and folks, you get offended? The fucking irony. Stop with the hypocritical bullshit and own your company, make your money, or shut the fuck up. You sound like a fucking bitch. If you have all the answers, go run for Congress, homie. Go run for president. Or keep eating your pizza and shut the fuck up. But what do I know? Before I do dive into this thing, Smitty's on the road in Naptown to see his baby sister graduate. Admirable thing to do. And then he has to turn right around and come right back home to L.A. and continue his job. So without further ado, he might be on bad Wi-Fi, BPS, but our own Naptown legend, Far East Sider from the 317, live in action. LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, and AR5 defending, Caitlin Clark swinging. Our main man, Big Smitty.
Can y'all hear me? I don't have my mic.
Can
you hear me good?
Yep, good.
Oh, man. We came in the clutch, man. I'm at my mother-in-law's house. She didn't know the password. She gave me the password. It was a capital K, not a lowercase K. But hey, we here. We made it.
K though. Why K?
What?
Why K?
Well, I can't tell like the full password, but it has the word
capital K though.
In it. So you know what I mean?
Oh, King.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said K, like K, and I'm like,
well, the K in the King needs to be capitalized. But anyway, that don't matter. We here live. What's today? Thursday, I think.
Yeah, already.
Thursday.
True telling.
Yeah, good. I kind of like my vibe in here though. Like my skin kind of glow in here a little bit. It's kind of cold.
The stars behind you are racist. Right. And then that's the old school lamp. I had that lamp in college in the dorm. That lamp in the back corner. Yeah.
You know, in the black basement, we take anything old that we used to have. Yeah. We don't want to throw it away. Just put it downstairs.
You put it in the bottom. Yeah. I got the same shit. I got a shed like that. I got a shed now that growing up. I got a house now. Back in the day, I put everything in like the room nobody used.
Yeah.
But now it's in the shed because I use all the rooms.
The 5-star though, I thought you would appreciate that, but I need to hear nor there. Anyway, it wouldn't be us, man, without Gore, Boston Richie, Jennifer Flynn, Anaway Engel, Jared M, Ron, Josh Bailey, and Chef C Money.
Wait, who'd you mention?
Lady named Jennifer Flynn, Anaway Engel.
Oh, that's the girl is that the new one that said I'll put a picture up?
It might be another one. I don't know. I never heard of this one.
Jennifer, you knew Jennifer? Are you a real woman? We like women in the chat. We need to get more women involved, so I appreciate you, Jennifer. Let me take a look.
Jennifer says it's a good lamp too. I think it's a real woman. Jennifer, keep talking because I depending on what you say, I can tell if you're a woman or not, or if you faking.
Good lamp. Good lamp doesn't sound good though. Good lamp too. It don't start right. It's like nice lamp, Smitty. Then I buy in it. Like good lamp too.
Yeah.
What are you fucking Bach me?
I don't know. Good lamp too.
Is that Bach me?
And now she's short. And now she LOL. Like real quick. She ain't give you long enough to like in the gray area. You see what I'm saying? Like she don't want to give you too much because she know will expose it. I'm gonna give it a few minutes though, because it might be a woman. So I'm gonna give her a few minutes before we go.
Look like a freak.
You think she is?
I mean, I could tell by her nails, her hand.
Really? I can't even see her nails for real. Okay.
She don't have long nails. She just has her nails painted.
Painted, yeah.
And in history, what history tells me is that like that's what history tells me. Like Jamie Foxx used to tell J-Lo, like hey. And so like that's kind of what history tells me. If you don't do your nails, but you paint your regular nails, you about that action. Like you just want to like twist, turn, like do shit with certain things. Like
Whoa.
I'm saying like twist and turn. No.
You're right. No, you're real. I heard it was a story the other day. It's this girl. She was on another podcast that I work on, and she's like super duper freaky. So she messes with girls and guys. So she has 8 of her nails are like long, and she keeps 2 of them short. For if she's messing with a guy, she wants to be able to have like short nails to do certain things, and the long. It's like a whole nother like level here. Like you probably think you a bad boy in the bedroom and you a freak and all that. It's a whole other world out here, freaky, that I don't want to tap into.
It's not freaky no more though. It just becomes weird. Like freaky has been around. It becomes weird now. It's a weird thing now. They do this weird shit. Like old girl took 1,000 dicks in an hour or whatever. Like there's just a lot of shit cracking nowadays. It ain't even freaky no more. Now they're doing shit for clicks and likes that are extreme. Farts in a jar, sell my shit.
Yeah, all that.
Come on, homie. Like this shit is becoming like too much, right?
I can never take a shit on a woman's chest, no matter what.
Nah, Biggie did that on air. Just clowning on it. Huh?
Like, could you take a shit on somebody though?
Nah, hell no. I don't want nothing to do with your shit. Like I'll fuck your ass, but I don't want nothing to do with your shit. Like if something happens during that,
could you take a shit on her though?
No,
that's what I couldn't either. Like mentally, I couldn't even.
No. Fuck no.
Are we doing
That's
that?
probably worse. That might be worse. That might be worse. That might be worse than her shitting on you.
Hell yeah.
Low key.
Yeah, and I know what you like. It sounds crazy to the micro, but I know what you're saying.
She probably her shit might be a little like ploop ploop. Like men, we might just like shit all over the bed.
All type of shit coming out, homie. I done had ribs. I done had motherfucking.
She had like salad, and she had a salad and like a little shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
We just shit all over the bitch, like just
everything.
Shit everywhere on the bitch. Yeah, just fucking hold on, bitch.
I ain't done yet.
Homie, that shit is horrific, homie. It might be worse. I
do that. Like,
I would never be able to see the bitch again.
Ever. Like I can't even like not in the picture on the phone. I can never see her.
Man, I can never look at her again. Steve Kim joins the show later on, and we'll oh no, that's not Steve. Steve Kim will join us. Steve Smitty, real quick. I don't know if you saw this Portnoy thing that I let in with, but
man,
basically take a video. Let's look at this video Bailey has queued up for me, so we can catch up to my lead-in.
Think right now you probably
nothing. Silence everything. What do you? Every comedian, don't tell a joke about it because Dave, that's how the world works. I agree with you.
Go back to your question. When does freedom of speech impinge?
That was your question, not
religion?
mine. That was your question.
Answer it.
How many deaths?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Like how in America, American citizens.
What's your answer to that question?
Now.
Okay, we're there. Now. So now what? So now what do we do?
So maybe you stop with the fucking Jew jokes and act like it's not a big deal when someone does fuck the Jews in a bar.
Or no, here's the thing. I'm with you 1,000% on that. You should fucking kick those people out. Of course you should.
I'm not talking about kicking them out. I'm talking about.
You want to go to jail? Like what do you want? Like.
You are defending this guy Mick for what he said right after that happened. He's not anti-Semitic.
I'm not defending him. No,
if your brain goes in,
I'm not defending him, Dave. What I'm saying is you should have him on here or somebody else like that and fucking fight with them because then you have a conversation.
That's what this idiot wants.
Dave, these guys that wrote the thing at the bar, fuck the Jews, right?
Yes.
You're going to fucking fly them to Auschwitz. Some guy tweets at you something. You want to fucking... He's not...
It was a bar I owned. It was a bar I owned.
They should have been kicked out. So my thing is...
No, it's not just kick out, Kirk. Are you ignoring what's going on in the world?
No, I'm not. What, Dave? What do you want to do with those guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with those guys in the bar? Put them in jail for 50 years? Fine. I don't care.
I didn't say that. You're quite literally changing everything you say, Kirk. If you just want me to kick them out, not mention it, not care that this kid is anti-Semitic, shut up. If you just want me to ignore it,
don't tell me to shut up. Don't tell me.
Shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you work for me.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
You little bitch, you work for me.
Sure, you bet. For now,
you
continue.
Don't? For now, quit. I don't care.
Is this show or not a show? Like, is this a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
Let's dive into this macro level real quick, Smitty. Dude on the right, I don't know who the dude on the right is. But I was hoping for this reaction from the chat because this is showing me what we've become in America. We've become so soft and so like walk on eggshells because of what is said to each other that now when you call a person a bitch on a live Zoom, it's, oh my God. But you can say it on Twitter and everyone goes, get called a bitch. You see the irony in that? We've become so used to words, protected words behind a fake account or a fake picture. It's okay then. But when you say it live, it's a problem. When I tell you as a coach and an assistant coach, shut the fuck up and do your job, it's a problem now. When it used to be the norm, it used to be the average. We still have drinks afterwards. It is what it is. Now, I know there's a fine line where you're disrespecting someone, blah, 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 but it's been happening for a very long time. We now have created such a soft culture in the world, though, Smitty, where at one point, Smitty, we used to say, thanks for giving me the job. Thanks for understanding that this is what you gave me, and you gave me an opportunity, and I need to uphold that standard. Now, doesn't mean fuck me and shit on me and all that.
I'm not gonna just kiss your ass because you got me a job either. Though.
I get that too. But there's a part of
this. Football, JB. This is football feels its own culture. This ain't no football shit.
But listen, back in my day,
they said shut the fuck up for acting like a bitch. It's a problem.
Yeah. Well, it's only a problem because now we're so soft. You could go sue them.
Ooh, well, I ain't gonna sue.
Yeah.
But I disagree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Like office.
Let me ask you something. What's the difference in 500 grand, though? What's the difference between 500 grand coaching football as a coordinator and 500 grand on Barstool? Same money, ain't it?
Not the same money.
All right, so the same money. If I gave you 500 grand, I'm not saying like here. It's hard to explain and differentiate. I'm not standing up for Dave by any means on this. I don't mean call out your guys and call them bitches and hoes and all this shit just because you hired them.
For me, motherfucker. Like,
I wasn't that dictator. You might think I was on Netflix because you saw edited clips, but ask my staff who I was. Number one, they wouldn't have been there. Number one. Number two, I'm not condoning that this guy goes around on live because he does this a lot with his employees. You've seen it over and over and over and over.
Like
I'm not saying. Yeah. My thing is different when it's like, do your fucking job, get the kid from point A to point B. Stop talking back. No, stop fucking talking back, blah, blah, blah. There's a difference when you work for me and you do those things. I'm not saying it's like hard to differentiate the two, but 500K is 500K, homie. Like, I hired you and I'm paying you 500. Now, I'm not saying call me a bitch, but I'm also saying listen up fucking for a second while I'm trying to explain something. If you're going to keep over talking me, there's a difference. Now, I didn't say call him a bitch and I'm going to fire you and I'll say 500K. But what I'm saying is there is a loss. We've lost the fact that, I guess, what's the word? We think everything's owed to us now. And I'm giving you the enabled entitlement that we see nowadays with our youngsters, our younger folks than me anyway, in these big spaces. As what's fucking irks me. The entitlement and the like expectation that, oh, you gave me 500K, but I'm that motherfucker. No, you're not. But that's the entitlement that they have nowadays. And I see it all over. It's not just this scenario, but I don't agree with Dave Portnoy at all. Let me be clear. All I'm saying is the cat is a crybaby, sounds like a crybaby. All he continues to do is cry about when his heritage or ethnicity or race or what have you is affected. But he's on record stating racist shit, sexist shit, all this other shit for years and years and years and years. So the irony is very, very curious. I'm very curious. It's very curious to me what side this guy really wants to be on. Because he sure wasn't saying this shit when he was talking about brothers and fucking Asians and all the shit 10 years ago on his shows that people have been pulling up now, blasting them since this aired. Everyone's pulling up this thing. I don't have a problem with the employer-employee talk. I really don't. I'm for it. I'm old school, but there is a line you cross. And that's why I started with the dictatorship part, because this guy I know despises Hitler. I know he does, right? Like but you're acting as a dictator. Yeah, but you're acting as a dictator though in your own right, in your own company. And that's the part that's confusing. It's like you're actually acting exactly the same, not exactly the same, of course, but you know what I mean? Like you're a dictator and your dictatorship is really like fucking with this. My point is, I guess, in a long roundabout way, and it might be confusing, I really don't care. But to you, I mean, Smitty, like, I don't mind yelling at a person or an employer at an employee. I really don't. I like old school. I like the fact that, okay, hey, dog, I did give you this opportunity. Go find it somewhere else. Then if you can't handle a little ass ripping, when you cross the line and trying to be a dictator with it, though, I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. And you're blasting the dude out on a live stream or whatever. But like, at least
it's not like it's not like the behind the scenes personal like conversation of, hey, you can't do this on air because XYZ. Like, this is on air on the guy's podcast. I'm assuming that you're paying to do it. It's his show. Yes, your platform, but you're paying him to do his show. It's his show. He's going to talk. He's going to like.
The only reason I said it like that, Smitty, because I seen the chat was like, oh, I would have walked out right live on the stream. See, that's the part that I'm like, come on, homie. We've become too soft. We've become too soft. I'm going to walk off during the stream my point is the guy paying you $500K on that platform to give you a show on Barstool, and you're going to walk off because this guy cussed you out, the owner, is what I guess to me is too soft. But then on the other side, it's like, come on, homie, you're acting like a dictator, is why I started the show off the way I did. You acting like a fucking dictator, which you despise, that did something to your very own people. But then on the other side, you have no problem being a racist, sexist on other shit about other people. Yeah. It's very, very. This guy does this all the time.
Basically. Like, you're saying he's been a big hypocrite. You're saying like, so
he's been doing it too.
If it's black people, Asian, if it's white people, if it's any other little category that doesn't really affect you personally, you're all on board as far as joking and doing.
Yeah, I've had it out with coaches, Smitty, and argumentative things. I didn't fire him. I didn't threaten to fire him. I said, hey, motherfucker, we can go behind the fucking deal. Like the coach you saw on Netflix, I still talk to that dude to this day. We can go behind the in football. It is, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. If I hired you and it would be a bit, I would feel that I was a bitch if I would have fired the coach that I threw the headsets at because he walked up on me talking shit. I would have been a bitch because I was like, well, and number one, he didn't realize I didn't throw it at him. Or if I'd have thrown it at him, I would have threw it at him. Right. I threw the shit on the ground, and he thought it bounced or what. It's emotional game, grown up.
Yeah, everybody emotional. They're mad, and right.
The difference is, motherfucker, you want to show your ass, come around the back, and I still won't fire you. I still won't fire you. Dave needs to take that approach. Hey, dog, if you're gonna call him out, then go throw hands over it and keep him on the show. Don't threaten to take his job away. That's bitch made to me.
I hear you.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, I can imagine going to my corporate job, you know what I'm saying? And like, I ain't gonna say no names, but just like one of the higher ups like comes and says that to me. It just like, and it ain't like it has nothing to do with being soft. It's a different space. And I know you haven't really worked in corporate really your whole life, unless you did like an early job, because you've been coaching forever. So your space, your brain is in a different space. Like the football world, I'm with you. Like my coaches, we saw it, you know it. They talk different. You talk crazy. Shut the fuck up. Listen, that's just how we talk in that space. That's night and day. Like if you got anybody in the chat, if you have an everyday like 9 to 5 office job, that's not how you talk. You do have firm conversations, but it's not like that. And to your point, it can't. You can't like over like Dave in this clip. He's using his power as a way to like try to scare this guy off. Like and then like they said, threatening his job, saying I would save $500,000, basically saying you ain't shit. I can just fire you, replace you easily. Like, go on, shut the fuck up. And they call him a bitch. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. You know how I feel about that. We can say it's just words, but for me, it's your intentions behind it. You're trying to belittle me and disrespect me. And as a man, if I just sit here and just stay on this platform because you're paying me money, to me, that I feel like now I do feel like a bitch because I'm staying here. But go ahead, though. We have a comment right here, I see.
I don't know why.
I thought you clicked on it, maybe. Marby Dog.
No, I didn't. Here's an issue I have. We can take it down. I don't have no idea who that is. I thought maybe here's the issue. That's the reason why I stopped. Yeah. No. I didn't hear the mouse. I'm trying to figure out. See, I think it's like I just go back to we become so soft and sensitive. He can fire the guy though. That's the thing. I think we need to come down to brass tacks. He can absolutely fire him. because he's the one that actually hired him. And I see a lot of sensitive folks in here because, and I agree, like I never called a coach a bitch. And if I called you a bitch that worked for me, then I already knew that it was severed. It was over. Like I already know going in, I'm going to call you a bitch and call you out, homie. I'm ready to scrap, number one. And I'm also saying you're fucking gone. So like, that's I think there's a huge difference. I think bitch is used in the street for total opposites. I don't know if you call it your friend. If you call a guy that you've known for a long time or you hired, then I believe that's what you really feel like from the jump. So like, I think it's way gone. It goes way too personal.
And context just matters. Like it's time you call the homie, like, you know, bitch ass, but like you joking, it's different. But we just heard how Dave said it. We saw his tone. He said that in a way to where he wanted to belittle you. He wanted to disrespect you. He wanted to let you know that, yeah, I am the boss. To your point, you are right. I can fire you. But we know that though. Why do you even as a real boss? Why do you have to verbalize that?
The thing is now
power complex.
Everyone now is so. They want to go to HR. They want to write a report against the boss, manager. What I'm saying is that's what you could tell. That's how this chat lives. That's why our kids are soft as shit. That's why we allow our kids to do whatever they want. That's why they're allowed to talk back to teachers. That's why all the shit that we've gone too far with it though. Like I get like cutting it off at a certain point, but we've gone so far now where we think kids is okay to talk to adults any old way. We've gone so far that now you see what has actually happened. I like it the old way. Shit. I like
it's like an overcorrection. It's an overcorrection.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, hey, kids, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit yet, motherfucker. Like we got to the point where these kids are telling teachers and players are telling coaches what the fuck to do. Like, hold up, motherfucker. You ain't even lived a fucking quarter of my life yet, but you know more. Like,
I agree a little more when it comes to like adult to kid, but these are two grown ass men with careers. This ain't no little kid, you know. Shantae is agreeing with you. Said JB 100. I've never seen Shantae at all. Shout out to Shantae. Hopefully she becomes a member today. She can join the Discord, get all the perks, come out on the yacht for the summer and kind of go from there. But I guess my last thing, I saw somebody in the chat say this earlier too, but I can see you being in that position and Dave saying that to you. I know you're saying all this good shit right now, but I know you well enough that shit is not ending well for Dave. If he said the exact same, if Dave's paying you $5,000 on Barstool, and he came on our show, let's say he comes on here and y'all get into it about something. If he said those exact words in that exact tone to the Jason Brown that I know, you're about to let off fucking fireworks. There's no way in hell, and you're not gonna be sitting here like, okay, he pays me, so hell.
Let me break down.
I didn't see you go off for way less.
But let me break down let me break down the difference though. Like,
keep it funky though.
I've been called names, homie, that I had to eat as a youngster coming up in the business in the coaching world. I've been motherfucked like. Yes. What I'm just saying is I'm still a grown man. I'm 27, 8, 9, 30 even, and I'm getting cussed out by my coach, head coach, AD, whatever it may be. You've seen Doc. You met my former boss. That's a high school principal who used to pull me to the side, motherfuck me. I knew protocol though. See, the difference is when you know protocol, you know there's going to be a fine line. Now, if the protocol continues to become insulting, meaning that we know it's a personal attack on you over time, then I can see me all right snapping. Fast forward, if I'm doing a show on Barstool and he paid me now as a 49-year-old and I'm doing the show from my home, completely different though.
That's all I'm saying.
But you understand what I'm saying though. Protocol is different. Like I have an opportunity to leave Barstool and keep the JB show running or whatever. I'm absolutely motherfucking them and saying eat a dick up and there's a word. If I don't though, and I'm 30 coaching or 31 coaching and I know how the business operates, then no, yes sir. Like you know how many times I've had to say yes sir and inside like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the business was. So I've seen current D1 head coaches, Sark, Lane, get fucking murdered in meetings by Carroll and big time, Urban Myers and other guys. You got to really ask people like, this ain't shit, homie. Like that. I think that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we're saying it too long, but we've become so sensitive where I don't think people realize like that ain't shit, homie. That little spat right there, homie. Smitty, I'm sure you've been around. Like,
no, my brain. It's two different entities, homie.
I get it, but I'm just saying,
the
homie. I think
locker room is like
at the end of the day, it's words, right? At the end of the day, it's words, though. At the end of the day, no matter what you want to say, it's still words. I think we're twisting the context into something more than it is. At the end of the day, it's still words, and it's still protocol, and he still owns the company. Now, listen, I don't say you get the right to say you're a bitch and I'll fire you.
That's what I'm saying, homie. That's all
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Right here in the guy. If any manager at Boss at Fox talks to me like that, call me sensitive. Maybe I am. It's not about to. I'm not about to sit there. I swear to God, I'm not. I swear to God. If anybody talk to me like that, I'm out. Because now I feel like a bitch if I just show back up now. Like it's opposite for me. It's like damn, like they got full control over me and they know it. Motherfucker, I'll fire your bitch ass. Shut the fuck up. I run this shit. Be quiet when I'm talking. What?
The irony in what you're saying is,
and then show back up. Yes.
The irony in what you're saying is the irony. The only thing that I don't agree with it sounds like the irony in what you just said is crazy because that's literally what these kids are doing to adults every day. Not only players to coaches, but workers to managers. They're doing it every single day. And guess who has to show up? The worker, the coach, and the manager, homie. So he ate it, but y'all can't eat it, is what you're saying. See what I'm saying?
Show me the examples of the employee.
Well, we see it every day. We see it in football every day.
And keeping their job. Just show me an example.
Well, we see it every day though. So you're telling me that professional? Yeah. You're saying professional sports? No, not you, but the chat are sitting here telling me that sports is different beast. So guys that make $150 million, it's different for them. No, homie, it's not. It's a professional that they're making hundreds or millions. Let's just say millions of dollars in. I don't give a fuck if you're at Walmart or in the NFL, homie. There's no difference when it comes to dollars. D Jones, $500,000. The last time I checked it, it's still $500,000, homie. I don't give a fuck who gave it to me. I don't know why you guys are separating the difference between $500,000 at Barstool and $500,000 as an offensive coordinator at UCLA. There's absolutely fucking zero difference when that money goes to the bank, homie. So you're fucking totally showing me how fucking soft and sensitive you've become. That's really what it comes down to. I'm not condoning what Dave Portnoy said. I think he sounds like a fucking idiot. But what I'm saying is $500,000 is $500,000, homie. Like I'm just telling you, I don't give a fuck who gave it to me. So that's just me. But listen, there is context to Smitty saying. There's context to it all. And there's, I guess, situations and all that shit. And I get it. And it is what it is. But listen, this guy is on one right now, Dave Portnoy, just for the simple fact that all that's going on in the world, and especially with the Jewish and the whole Israel and Palestinian and all this shit that's going on in the world that I don't care about and stay in tune with. So I don't know enough about it, and I don't really give a fuck. It's crazy that he's here though, making, I mean, I'm pretty sure $1 billion is what he's made. Like I think he's almost a billionaire if he's not. So the irony again continues. Go over there and make your money then, Dave. I'm waiting for that. I don't know, but I guess that won't happen. But anyway, Smitty, let's get to the quote of the day, brought to you by BetUS. Smitty's live from Naptown 317, and I'm here over here on Prairie at Smitty's house. Quote of the day, Smitty, wisdom is found only in truth.
You can't lie and that be wisdom, because it's a lie.
Or fake.
Or lie, fake. They're all in the same room, hanging out together, watching TV.
Wisdom is found only in truth. That's just
I ain't gonna rank it, but I like it.
Yeah, it's just fact. It is what it is.
It's a good fact. I wouldn't rank it, but it's just a good fact.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by BetUS. Smitty, it's easy to be fake. It's hard to be real. Contrary, it really is. It's almost like it's easy to be average. It's hard to be different. It's the same thing. It's real easy to be fake, Smitty. I can be fake all day long on social media, Twitter, Instagram. I could be fake in the chat right now. Everybody has their fucking fake, whatever you call it, emoji or fake, whatever that's called. GIF, avatar. Everybody can be fake. It's real hard to be fucking real, man. It is hard to be real because you don't want to be real. See, I can't be real because most people go against being real. They actually are like, I need the soft gray area, soft landing spot. I need the soft landing spot. I can't tell my son that. Yeah, you can. Because if you listen to the quote of the day, wisdom is found in that. Wisdom is found in that truth, homie. But anyway, poll question, Smitty. Let's dive right into it. The Stanley Cup Finals will be much better watched than the NBA Finals.
Oh, man. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, game one was already I don't know if there'll be a game. I don't know if there'll be that good of a game in this finals for the NBA. Last night's game was unbelievable, and I'm thinking it's going to 2 overtimes. And guess what? Fucking Connor McDavid and Draisaitl connect and hook up and fucking score with 13 seconds. All you had to do was 13 seconds before you go to the next overtime. I'm sitting there getting ready for another overtime as we hit 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. And they score, homie, in Edmonton.
I told you they were going to win.
You predicted Edmonton wins. Number one, I predicted Florida. And this looks like a definite 7-game series. Last year it went 7 and not 1 overtime game. We already got 1 overtime game right out the gate. I would say yes, it's going to be. Now, people out there are going to say, oh, I don't watch hockey like that, or I watch basketball like that. Let's just. The sport to sport, the actual viewing pleasure. I don't believe the NBA can compete.
I don't know, man. All right. It's hard to answer this because I told you, I think the NBA Finals going 7 games as well. I think OKC Pacers, I think this is a hell of a matchup. I think it's 2 fast-paced teams, young teams. I think the Pacers, like I think you talked about it a little bit yesterday. We had our guest on, like the Pacers are just having like this magical year. It just seems like every shot that needs to go in is going in. The moments, it's just like they're in the moment. And on the other side, OKC has just been the best team all damn year long with the MVP. And I just think their styles of play like mesh perfectly together. Like I wouldn't be surprised if tonight goes down to the wire for, let's say OKC wins, whatever. It might be a game winner tonight. So it's hard to really answer. I'll say this though, based upon
you can answer it tomorrow better.
Number one, no, it's hard. You're right. It's hard to answer when we got game 1 of the finals in the overtime and we don't know what's going to happen tonight. But I still will say this though, knowing that this is year 2 and this is the rematch of the Stanley Cup Finals, we already got like a storyline built in it and some history built in it. The Stanley Cup Finals will probably end up being better, but I don't know if it's going to be much better. Like the way you worded the question was like it's about to just kill the NBA. I don't think it's going to be like that.
And that's why we can debate it, and that's why it is a poll question, because that's why I asked it before the NBA Finals game 1, because I want to make a prediction. And I've already said how bad the NBA has been in this playoffs. So we've seen so many blowouts and so many different games and skewed scores. It's going to be hard pressed for me to see that the NBA Finals beats this action that you got to see in game 1. And we'll see game 2 tomorrow night in Edmonton before they go back to Florida. So I just think that this series right here is going to be what you saw last night for 7 games.
Man, that's the case then. Hey,
that's hard to beat. Yeah,
it's hard to beat no matter what.
And just you add the physicality to it, Smitty. You add fucking that they're just smoking each other all night long. You got 2 power play scores that were like, Florida's been like 43% on power plays on the road. They scored to go up 2-1 on a power play. And it was just a game that I watched, and I'm like, man, it's hard to do. And Edmonton tried to stop the power play shorthanded, and they go on a power play right after the gate, tie it up. Then they come out, and and then Florida takes the lead 3-2. Then it's 3-3 again, and it was like 3-3 for a long time. And then they go to overtime, and Wayne Gretzky is predicting that McGregor would score to tie it. He does. McDavid, sorry. He scores and he ties it, and just like he said, and it's crazy, dog, how great Gretzky sees the game. Like you could tell he wasn't just great at what he did on the ice, but he also has a knack for knowing what's going on. So it was great to see him call that game and predict a lot of the shit that happened. It was crazy how he knows so much. It's like a Jordan and Kobe on the court. Like he knows he doesn't need to be playing no more, Smitty, to know. But it is what it is. We'll see. I want the American team, Florida, to win, but it is what it is. Edmonton.
Oh, Canada. Florida already won last year, homie.
I like their national anthem.
It's actually kind of smooth. Well, switching back to the basketball court though. Monday night,
it's gay, but it's not. I like it. I don't mind it because they're a gay country. But go ahead.
I'm not even sure what that even means. But Monday night, less than 24 hours before Tom Thibodeau was fired, and the 48 hours after being eliminated, the Knicks were partying at, I think it's the Flower Room or Flower Room.
Oh wait, that's another cat they call gay. Somebody's calling gay lately. But go ahead, we'll get to that later. Say it again. Gay. I love that sound. But anyway, Smitty, what's all this?
Infatuated with that. But this is the New York Knicks. They're just turning up, partying together as a team.
When was it?
From what I'm hearing in my notes, it says that it happened Monday night, less than 24 hours before their head coach was getting fired, and 48 hours, 2 days after being eliminated by my Indiana Pacers. They're just it looks like it's the end of the season. They're like, you know what? F it. We had a hell of a run. We didn't get to where we wanted to get to, but let's kind of hang out. Let's turn up party, one more time before, we kind of go our separate ways for the summer. But what's your
we celebrate. So we celebrate like losing now. Losing final, Eastern final. Let me just put it in context. Getting back to, I guess, shit changes. I'm cool. Time changes and generations change. I get it. But Smitty, only you got to give me some sort of credit on my stances too, because I only know what I know from when I played and watched. From what you saw with that, and then what you did as a player and watched now. So I get it. And in fairness, I'm gonna say, okay, Smitty understands that because he lived it. I only know this because I lived it. No way Kobe and Jordan's teams are gonna be partying if they lost the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I know. That's just what I know, right? That's my thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying you got to understand, for all the people out there that I'm just an old man hating. That's what I know. So that's why I talk about what I say. Smitty knows this and seeing that and still understands at 31. I know damn well Jordan and Kobe probably wasn't going to be partying in nowhere, shape, form. Sure. Or they did, to Smitty's point that he brings up quite often, which could be true as well. But we didn't film it. We don't know.
Right.
The second part is this seems in the jersey swap era that I continue to say, this seems more and more normal, comfortable. We are more comfortable losing now than we've ever had before because we make so much money. And I don't know if it really hurts me. My pockets ain't being hurt. I'm fat. I'm sitting on a fat. I can go do whatever. I'm going to hop on the yacht, go to Cabo. There's no... This ain't like war, Smitty. These motherfuckers ain't battling on the front line. They're making huge amounts of money to play a sport that most of the world idolize.
And it's sport that they grew up playing for free at one point in time because they loved it,
So I'm not knocking it. It is what it, but again, there's a difference in investment too. I think people took it more serious, even while we made less money. I think they took it more serious, and I don't think this would have ever happened before, but I could be wrong.
Well, I think you are wrong for sure. I think guys definitely party like a motherfucker back in your era. The two guys that you used for an example were the two top most competitive people maybe in sports history.
Well, don't say party. No, we party.
Those two are different. But
but
definitely partying, snorting cocaine, drinking, doing all type of stuff. You can't tell me Obama wasn't partying. And so
hold on. Why are you skewing all the topic though? What's the topic of discussion? We're not talking about them partying, homie. We're talking about them partying after a loss.
That's what you're saying.
Now now say that you think that happened, then we have an argument. I don't believe that happened.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe that happened at all. I don't believe that happened at all.
You think
partying's one thing. Partying's one thing.
You think your guys just stayed in the room for like a month after they lost like this?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, I'm pissed. No, I'm
not saying that.
It just at some point, like at the end of the day, you can't change it. Like I saw it after the loss, Brunson was pissed. It wasn't like he was in there in the interview happy. Brunson's a competitor. You know that. He's pissed. Cat pissed. The whole team was pissed off. But at some point, it's like, all right. I mean, it's the off season. We made it further than this franchise has made in over 20 some years. Yeah, we didn't get the ultimate prize, but we're not gonna sit here and act like this entire season was just a waste and like we didn't have a great fucking season. And you know, in pro sports, these athletes, this particular team will probably never be together, like this exact team. So it's like, you know what? Before we go our separate ways, before you go on family vacation to Cancun and do whatever, and you get traded or whatever's gonna happen. Let's kind of like close this season out. It's almost like in like high school football at the end of the year, whether you win a state championship or not, your head coach puts together like a little what do you call it? Little team, whatever. Everybody gets dressed up. Your parents come. You pass out team awards. You eat something. It's like the way to close out the season. Banquet. Like a little banquet, and you close out the season. It's like, all right, there still was a lot of wins and success that we had this year. Let's end the season the right way as a team. This is just how you do it at the pro level with big money and big dollars. You go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You skewed your words for the chat to think that when you brought up Rodman and all these other guys, we all party. We know the Raiders team. That partying's not. I'm not saying no. We just sat there, played 18 games straight without ever going out and fuck. I didn't say that. I said that there's no way the fucking Dallas Cowboys, after losing to the Niners in the fucking NFC title game, are partying the next day. That's all I'm saying, homie. I'm saying
they not partying 2 days later.
I'm saying when the Bulls lost, not as a team, homie. Here's the thing. There's a difference. This is a full team. I agree with you. They're not sitting in the room sad. No. What I'm saying is, though, I don't believe they all got together on the whole team and had a party after losing. That's actually
kind of dope, though. That's actually kind of dope. The team was so tight knit together that I was able to get us all here. Versus, and again, we're comparing football to basketball. Like you're not gonna get.
I'm saying basketball. There's no way Kobe's Lakers are gonna go out partying after the game.
Kobe didn't even party really. That's Kobe.
Well, I'm just saying old school period.
How about Shaq?
Larry Bird. Reggie Miller wasn't doing this shit. How about
Shaq?
With the whole team? No. Him.
Why you keep on, you know what I
mean? Smitty, because this is a whole team. I'm just saying, I'm not saying motherfucker didn't party. I'm saying the whole team wasn't going to be. There's no way Jordan and Rodman and Pippen were at Vegas a day after they lose to
each other. Jordan,
but that's what I'm saying. They lose to Orlando, and then they're all chilling. Hell no.
Jordan probably got the cigar after the game.
Yeah.
He's probably out here playing flip coin.
Let's dive into this particular person, though. This feminine guy here on the bottom right, he's very feminine. Cat. Has a name like Cat. We know that what means pussy. Let's dive into somebody that's also called out his feminism on a national scale. Take a listen to this fucking video, which I think I think you should give me more credit. But go ahead, let's take a listen.
After all on Cat himself, it's him. It's his physical makeup. Long legs, short torso, big ass feet. There's nothing he can do. He's built like a whole fucking bitch. He's built like a female. Clip that. Am I saying something wrong? Look, he's built like a girl. No. He has girl hips.
This is that literally me and Smitty and I in a studio with like when we have a whole team. This is gonna be I'm gonna say it. And Smitty's like, clip that. Like these motherfuckers are uncomfortable. He said, bitch. Blah, blah, blah. I love Gilbert Arenas. Go ahead.
He's like a full WNBA player.
I love it. I actually love it. It's what he is. I mean, the passing. Motherfucker, that's how he passed the ball. Like, this motherfucker has no masculinity in himself. Like, motherfucker, like you just it looked like he got bitch slapped right there. I don't see it, Smitty. I don't see it. He got tips fired twice. on his day off. Anybody got fired on your day off? Twice.
Cat averaged 24 points, 13 boards this season with 3 assists.
No matter.
52% field goal percentage, and he
They lost
in the playoffs too.
They lost. All about stats. I'm about wins. They lost.
They lost as a team. You're correct. As a team.
He the reason. He had no defense, no attitude.
He wasn't the only reason.
Why are you a big though with no play, no defense?
They didn't
Why are you a big? But I gotta ask you.
Jalen Brunson didn't show up to the same level every game either.
Let me ask you though.
We don't talk about it. Let's talk real. I know y'all friends or whatever, and y'all talk, so you protect them, but let's be real. Brunson wasn't fully Brunson every game this series. When he did show up, they won. But Brunson wasn't fully Brunson. So I'm saying be real. We're gonna be real though.
Well, Halliburton was horrible in game 4, and they lost.
We're trying to put it all on Cat because that's the popular thing to do. And he can improve for sure. But it's not all on Cat. If you watch that series, man.
I've already said Brunson plays no defense either. Yeah. I would tell him that. But he's also a guard. And my question to you is, why are you a big man if you're going to not intimidate or protect the rim? That's the part that I have an issue with. And so does NBA guy that scored 60 twice, Gilbert Arenas. But what do I know? See, it's crazy when these guys say it that played and we still fight it, homie. Like we still are sitting there telling Gilbert Arenas he don't know shit. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, but in this example, all he's saying
keep defending himself.
He's talking about his physical build.
He's saying exactly, because he won't protect the rim.
It's how he's physically built, homie.
Because he played soft. He's a 7-footer who plays like a girl. That's what he said, homie. That's what I've been saying. Like, you can't be a 7-footer, though, homie, and be that
14, 24 and 13, 24 and 12, 24 and 15, 35 and 12.
Mean nothing. They lost in fucking 6.
They lost a series, but it's not because of Cats.
6.
It's not because of Cats.
But they lost in 6, and you could argue it was, though, in the critical games when he was actually close. Look what he did.
Any other situation, when a team loses and they fall short, who do we blame? We blame the superstar on the team. If LeBron loses early, we blame LeBron. When Kobe lost early, we blame Kobe. But when the Knicks is losing, we're not blaming Brunson because we like him, and I do too. But we like him, so we're going to go blame the second guy. We didn't blame Pau Gasol when the Lakers fell short. We didn't blame D Wade when the Heat lost. We blamed the superstar of that team, which is Brunson. He didn't do enough. You gonna blame the number 2 guy?
I don't agree.
If I'm the number 2 guy, and I put up these numbers.
He's not the number 2 guy. He's not the number 2 guy though, because the salary says otherwise. Because Cat's the highest paid player, is he not?
I don't know where they get paid.
He is.
Number 2.
Cat's number 1 in pay.
That's the number 2 guy of that team. Stop.
He makes $50 million a year. I'm going what you just said. You just said that the highest paid star is who we go after when you lose.
I say highest paid. I said this. I said nothing about money. I said nothing about money.
Cat is the highest paid star on that team, homie.
Chad, did I bring up money, chat?
You said star. You said star. You said star. You said star.
The superstar player of the team.
Cat's the superstar. Cat's the only superstar, homie.
If it was Kobe's Lakers, I'm saying when these teams fall short, we blame the guy.
You can't say Brunson's a superstar in this league yet. No way. No.
He's the best player on the Knicks.
No, I'd argue that.
He's the Knicks superstar. He's the Knicks go-to guy. He's the Knicks fourth quarter clutch guy. He's the guy that keeps on hands.
He's the guy that makes the shots. I don't know if he's the superstar over Cat though. No way. He's the highest paid. I mean, he's been the highest paid player for how many times? How many times has Cat been the highest paid player on his team? Multiple.
What I'm trying to tell you, he's not the one. They didn't bring him over to the Knicks to be the one. He got traded for Randall.
They sure didn't pay him $50 million for nothing. Shit.
And he's delivering. You made it further than you ever made it before. With me as the number 2, and I just listed the numbers in the playoffs in this series.
I get what you're saying stat-wise.
It's like we're trying to find any flaw. Is he a perfect player? No. But I can point out a lot of shit for a lot of players then. That's the case. Luka plays 0 defense. He's still a superstar.
Is Jalen Brunson a superstar in the NBA yet? Or will he be, you think? Like a superstar. Let's be honest. There's only a few superstars in the NBA. There's not.
I don't put him in the same bubble as like the Joker and the Lukas, or I don't do that. But he's the best player on the Knicks. He's a all-star, perennial all-star player. Superstar, probably not, I guess, but you're missing my point. My point is you're the star of this team. Point blank period. If the Pacers lose this series, it's going to be multiple reasons why they lose the series, but we're going to point the finger at Halliburton. You've warranted that pressure.
No, I agree with you. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're going to blame Siakam.
Right.
Even though Siakam was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals and Halliburton thought it was his and he went up there and had to make a U-turn. The bottom line is at the end of the day, who you perceive to be your star and who is the star for what you brought them over for is different. You pay Cat Williams $50 million for a reason. And you brought Siakam to Indiana to do what? Do what he did in Toronto, win a title, which Halliburton hasn't done. So there's statistical guys that we think and say optically, oh, they're the star, but there's a reason why you pay Cat $50 million. There's a reason why you brought Siakam to Indiana to win a title, which he has experience doing. So you can talk to me till you're blue in the face about stats. I mean, the bottom line is they're not paying you $50 million to be an average Joe. I'm sorry, they're not. If they are, then they're idiots.
I hear what you're saying.
That means you don't.
I think it's the lazy take to it's not even just you. Everybody's doing this. I think it's the lazy take to just Cat fault. When I watch that series.
I'm not saying it's his fault that they lost.
A lot of time I'm like, man, Cat kind of keeping him alive. Like Cat.
I'm not saying he's.
I'm like Cat kind of keeping him in the game.
Hey, I'm not saying he's the only reason they lost. I'm not saying.
I don't think he's the main reason. I don't think he's the main reason.
But I'm not saying Cat's the reason they lost the whole series. No, what I'm saying is though, in critical games in crunch time, he showed nothing on the other side of the basketball. He did no defense, no rim protection, lazy with his feet. Non-physical, and I don't need a 7-footer to do that. Like, that's my point. I especially don't need a $50 million 7-footer to do that. So that's all I'm saying. And that's why Gilbert Arenas went after him right there in that clip we showed. Or why would he go after him? I'm confused. You think Gilbert Arenas is just doing it for clicks and likes? I think he has some ration to it because he played, homie. Come on now. That's asinine to say Gilbert Arenas don't know what he's talking about.
I didn't say that. I didn't hear the whole tape. Just that clip. He's just to me making a joke about Cat's the way he's physically built. That's all I hear. I didn't hear like a basketball breakdown. I'm never gonna say I know more basketball than Gilbert. That's insane.
No, I know. I'm just saying
the physical. Yeah. In that clip, he just said Cat is shaped like a woman. He got long legs, short torso, and big feet. That's all he said. So like that's nothing to go off of. Like that's not like a basketball. I didn't hear him say, well, in the fourth quarter, Cat, boom, boom, boom. Like if he did a breakdown, cool. I'm not saying Cat's void of blame. I'm just saying that I think let's slow it down before we put the majority blame on him. But before we go to commercial, though, we do got Boston Richie. Gil didn't say anything about his body.
He literally, that's all he talked about was his body.
Yeah, I don't. Unless I'm slow as shit. Maybe I am. So, but before we go to commercial,
say what he said again.
He said torso. He has long legs, short torso, and big feet. He's built like a WNBA player.
Is that not about his body?
I don't know. Maybe he's not. Like maybe I'm completely tripping.
Is he talking about like something else? I don't know. Anyway, I thought feet are part of what?
Your body, I thought.
Torso?
That's like literally the body.
Legs?
I think they're a part of your body.
But Boston Richie doesn't think he said anything about his body at all. All right, so anyway, let's move on.
He said, my bad, it was a typo. A long typo. But anyway.
Jaylen Brown ass, fake ass. Go ahead.
Yeah, before we go to commercial, man, I think we got something made from Kevin the Trucker. Let's see what's going on.
That's a fact.
Yeah, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, homie. That's why I wanted to do it. Real talk.
Somebody gotta edit some of me and you going back and forth and just do that for us.
Exactly. That's what we need. Johnny the Trucker or whatever. Your answers are just screaming prime sexuality out of your pores.
I don't like you saying that when you talking to me. So starting today, moving forward, don't ever say prime sexual, bronze, anything sexual with a dude. Don't connect me to that. I don't like that.
Yeah. You don't have to respect it, but you have to take it. You beat your little shit off to her because she was on your wall when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Smitty's over there like, hello.
I said, homie. How I said, homie?
Hello.
Right.
Like you're just riding Matt's dick. Hello.
I ain't riding no dick, homie. We just agree on something, homie.
There's no way you would say that every day like, damn, my wife is out here with these motherfuckers. No way you thought he was cool.
I don't wake up every day in fear like, oh my God, the Hamas is going to get us. The illegals are everywhere. We can't survive.
Are you gay, JB?
No. If everybody had the winning lotto tickets, guess what? We'd all be fucking rich.
That hasn't changed, Jason.
Producer. Bailey's a producer. He said, hold on.
See y'all five.
Bailey's the producer. He said, hold on. Bailey said, hold on. Bailey said, hold on. I don't like it.
Oh, I remember asking you. I said, "Are you gay?" And you said no, just straight up, just no.
Because to your point, that's how you clap. It's how you clip it. Because I was calling you gay, and then you said, "Are you gay?" And that's how he clipped it. So I won. But yeah, out of that clip right there, I won that clip.
That's actually pretty good. Hey, send me now. I might post that directly to my Instagram. That shit's pretty funny.
I don't like it.
Oh man, it's cool. I'm gonna collab with you. But
I'm not gonna add you to collab. I add you to collaboration. You don't add it. So
I add some of them,
but not some of them.
I gotta be smart with my page for now. I'm still.
Nah, I don't like it.
I got to, Jason. Like you gotta understand.
You got down 10 toes.
Sometimes, like when we got some like LGBTQ topics, bro, and like I'm barely talking, and you're in there going in about them. It's probably not smart to have that on my page. It is not smart. I work with people at Fox. You know, you don't know who's gay, who's not. It's just a situation where it ain't smart to have it on my page. So I got to be smart with certain stuff.
Wait, what?
Let's go to break. When we come back, we got
Kim,
we got Michael Cooper. We got so much more, man. Don't you go nowhere.
We got comedian on. We got comedian on. I'm gonna toast a comedian, by the way. I'm gonna show you that I'm funnier than fucking nobody Drewski. We'll be back in 4. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking. Pride Month. So congratulations. I wanted to wish you a happy Gay Pride Month. I
don't no disrespect to them at all, but that had nothing to do with me. I don't know why you telling me congratulations.
Oh, rewind this? Let me rewind this. I'm trying to figure out what is this. Football is gay? Football
that's probably something you would say.
Football is lesbian. Football is transgender.
You've actually said that before on the show.
What is this? Come on, NFL. Fuck, homie. I thought we were over with this. God damn. I thought this shit was over, homie. LGBTQ plus youth with at least one. What did it say? Go back. With at least. What? Oh my God! This is their promo, homie. Oh, fuck.
Very old, by the way. This game heads up. This ain't something new. This is very old. So when you say it's over, this is old.
Well, you know what's not old? The Chargers, the Bills, and a bunch of other teams posting this on their websites. Okay, this was not old, by the way. This is 1 day old. So now what? And what's your answer to this now?
I'm just letting you know that was old. I'm not like
I'm telling you though, it's not old because it's still going.
Informing you that particular ad was old. That's all I'm saying.
That particular ad is why they do this though.
Argument, homie.
See, that's what Macro does. That particular ad is why the NFL is doing this now, today, as of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Chargers, the Bills, the fucking your Colts.
Yeah.
What other teams have done
the Rams.
It's unbelievable what a joke. I haven't seen the Rams do it.
They did,
but. It's unbelievable. The gender unicorn from Trans Student Educational Resource, TSER. Gender pronouns, TSER. The Coming Out Handbook. The Trevor Project. 2024 National Survey on the Mental Health of LGBTQ. Oh, fuck, homie.
You make like a bigger deal out of it than what it really is. Because like it's really having no impact on the game.
Smitty, you had a real strong take earlier this
like if you understand business, and we can disagree on that side of it, which is fine, but they're just trying to extend their market. They're trying to make it all inclusive to where the mom can watch. If you're gay, you can watch. If you're young, you can watch. It's all a money play. How can we grow this game in every market? That's why you keep seeing games going out the country and back to back weeks in different places. And then if you look at the grand scheme of everything, they're just trying to connect to everybody. It's all a money play. That's all it is. And again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying, but you're making this pride stuff like it's not really doing anything to the league. Like it's not like the game ain't changed so much. It's not like there's 1,000 gay players that are all playing right now, an all gay team. Like it just the advertisements of it just hurts you so deeply. But in reality, when you just take your emotions out of it and look at the game, it ain't nothing really changing. It's still football. It ain't.
Well, that's not. It has changed.
It's still majority straight players like it's always been. And that's it.
We don't know that, but it has changed.
We'll never know that. Even when you play, we didn't know that.
Has the game gotten softer or not? Yes or no?
Excuse me?
Has the game gotten softer? Yes or no?
By rules, yes. By rules.
Okay. Are there a lot more women coaching football in the NFL now than ever before? Yes or no?
Ever before, yes.
Okay. So 2 for 2.
Is there a lot of women coaching? No. But ever before, yes.
It has changed, homie. It has changed the game.
It hasn't changed.
2 months ago, you had a very strong take on this show. An NFL player said he wanted to host an LGBTQ camp, and you were totally against it.
Yeah.
So
camp, yeah.
Okay, camp. So what do you think? What do you think promotes that, homie?
I'll let you finish.
What do you think promotes that guy to do that? Because his corporation, the NFL, does this. What do you mean? What do you mean it doesn't? That's macro thinking, homie. You just
had nothing to do with him back.
You said it has no effect.
He did that because he has a gay brother.
You said it has no effect.
Bullied and his whole entire life. So
don't matter.
His love of his brother.
But you said
NFL doing.
But you said it has no effect.
I have direct ties and connect. I know it's the story. So.
You said it has no effect, though. I'm telling you, it does have effect. Because
that player did not do this because the NFL is promoting.
Who looks up to the NFL?
I don't know.
Is it not kids? Don't we look up to stars and NFL everything NFL stands for?
We look up to stars, yeah.
Our youth is directly being affected by this. I don't know why you don't see that.
The players are like,
I don't see why you don't see that.
Ray Lou. I like Dwight Freeney. I'm not looking at all this shit.
But you aren't, Smitty. That doesn't mean the kids, who are the most influential group of people on earth, are. Look at the kids. The kids do see this, homie. How do you not know that? Like, it's not really. It's not really like a conspiracy. We all know growing up who we looked up to.
Players,
so did these kids. So do these kids. No, the kids look at the stardom of it. The stars. We are back in the building, man, right out the gate. Let's bring my main man in, the Korean Cosell himself, co-host of the Whitlock's Fearless, Jason Whitlock Fearless, and the 3 Knockdown Rule with Mario Lopez. The Korean Cosell, Steve Kim, joins us on a Thursday.
Steve, what's going on, Steve?
Good, guys. I was up early. I was with my boys, Peter Ariz and Danny Money, on the Canes Insight podcast. I got one of their shirts, 15-0. If you know, you know. But talked a little Hurricane football for about an hour, and now I'm here. And then after this, I'll be on with Jason Whitlock doing some Fearless, and then I'm ready to take a nap.
Man. Up early, huh? Hey, Steve, I got something for you, though. I know you saw that great commercial we just did about the NFL Gay Pride. So I think that the rainbow that should be celebrated is the one that I saw on the 91 freeway. Take a look. That's the only fucking rainbow we should see in June, right fucking there. The only fucking rainbow right there. That's it. Right there. Complete rainbow. Went all the way over.
And the only flag that any of our leagues should be waving is this one right here.
Hey, by the way, Smitty's a biblical human, and the rainbow was from God, and it was put down here from the gods himself. And I don't understand why the gays took the rainbow and used it against God, Smitty. We should be upset. But anyway, Steve, let's move on amicably.
Hey, what time is Michael Cooper coming on? I loved Cooper.
He's coming on.
Last
Bailey?
hour.
Is it the last hour?
Is it 8:30? Bailey or 8?
Michael Cooper will be on at 8.
At
So
8.
about
I want Steve. Steve would be on there. Steve would ask like 42 questions like this about that
You
Lakers
just
team.
sit back and let Steve judge it through the whole shit.
Yeah, because you don't know shit. You don't know shit about the Lakers Showtime, so I can't even fucking depend on you for any questions.
I got 1,000 questions to ask.
You got to ask him this question because he hit the most underrated, clutch, all-time great shot in Laker history. It was Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals in '88, the year the Lakers were trying to go back-to-back, and they played 3 straight 7-game series. So the Lakers are tied 2-2 with Utah. Young Karl Malone, young John Stockton, they're giving us hell. Thurl Bailey, Mark Eaton. So I think the Lakers are down by 1 with about 20 seconds to go at the Forum, and I'm thinking, oh, they lose this one. They got to go back to Utah. This could be over. So Magic gets the ball, brings it up on the left-hand side, and I'm thinking, oh, what are we doing here? Going into Kareem. Kareem gets bottled. So Magic has to cut diagonally towards the lane, and I'm thinking, maybe a junior sky hook. He gets cut off, and then he has no other choice but to flip the ball, and Michael Cooper's right kind of near the three-point line. And I remember thinking, this is it. And Cooper gets the ball, and you could just tell he's squared up to shoot. To this day, I think Chick Hearn willed that ball in. I swear, because Chick Hearn
just broke down the whole
it was the biggest shot because we were up by 1.
Steve broke down the whole fucking play design.
No, but I have it in my mind. I actually had dinner with Michael Thompson last night, and we talk about this all the time. But we were up 3-2, and I said, okay, we're going to lose Game 6. That's just the way it goes. Then we blew them out in Game 7. But without that shot, there is no back-to-back. Coop, we owe you one. We owe you one, Coop.
Hey, he's still coaching, man. He still loves. I guess he just loves coaching because he's still grinding and coaching. And
wasn't he the coach of the Sparks and the USC women's basketball team too? He did all of that, but
no, twice. I think he won back-to-back titles for the Sparks, and then he came back. I think years later after he left, and then he went to the NBA, went to college, and then I think he took the high school job at the great what's the school there in PV or in it's in PV, Palos Verdes. God damn it, what's the name of that school? Anyway, it's a small school. That's where Howie Long's kids went. Chadwick. So he took the head job at Chadwick, I think, just last year or the year before that. So I guess he's still coaching. We'll find out.
So ask him about how Pat Riley blew our three-peat. God.
Ooh.
We talked about that last night, too. Michael Thompson, we still have not gotten over that. Fucking Riley. We're 11-0 in the playoffs. We're coming together as a team. We're coalescing. We're gelling. We had just swept a really good young Phoenix Suns team, and Orlando Woolridge had finally found the wall. I'm thinking, oh, God, repeat. It's unbelievable. What does Riley do? I think he took him up to like Santa Barbara or something. He runs a boot camp.
It was Santa Barbara.
He was killing them.
And Michael Thompson told me, he said 10 minutes before the practice is over, he goes up to Billy Burtka, our old great assistant coach. Love Billy. And he goes, Billy, let's cut this. It's over. We're good. We're good. But Pat Riley had to be General Schwarzkopf. Blows out Byron Scott's hamstring. Then Magic blew out his hamstring in Game 2, and we died. Thanks.
Should drink more water.
And by the way, that basically ended Pat Riley's run because at that point, certain players really started to hate Riley. People do not understand how reviled Pat Riley was by the end of his term with the Lakers. In fact, Smitty, he won Coach of the Year in 1990. The Lakers had the best record in basketball. But when they got eliminated by the Suns, they fired him. And there was no protest because even Magic had said, I'm done. Once he lost Magic, it was over.
I can't wait to talk to Coop about that.
At 3-peat. Fucking Riley.
Clip that, Harris. Steve, let me ask you something. What's your memory or just give me a quick little Steve Kim rendition of the great, legendary Hall of Fame Jim Marshall. He passed away 2 days ago. Viking legend. I don't think we talked about it on the show, and I would feel remiss if I didn't mention it.
Unbelievable endurance and stamina and consistency. He played in over 200 games consecutively at defensive line in that era at a very high level. Part of the Purple People Eaters. I think he should be known for much more than just going the wrong way on a fluky play where his navigation system got kind of cross-wired. But I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame. I think a lot of people have said he's one of the best players who should be in the Hall of Fame, but certainly a Viking legend. A man that lived life to the fullest. He used to go skydiving, used to go hiking, did a bunch of stuff outside of the game of football. Lived a very, very full life. Should be remembered fondly by everyone in Minnesota and the National Football League.
He was inducted this year, I think, wasn't he?
Was he? I hope he was, but he was a great player, though. Him, Alan Page, Carl Eller.
Yeah, he was. He was inducted this year.
Purple People Eaters, legendary unit up front.
And he's in the college he's in the Ohio State, I know, and he's in the College Football Hall of Fame, and he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. So he got his flowers. Got his jacket, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Steve, I want to ask you real quick, kind of, it might be off the rundown. What's going on with Haney and Teofimo Lopez? When you were on Tuesday, we thought we had the fight locked in.
Yeah, and then Tio Weirdo went Tio Weirdo. And reportedly he turned down $11 million. And all I got to say to Turkey is only $11 million? Tio's got child support payments, man. Don't lowball that guy. 11 million. I look, Tio's Tio. I'm sick of it. I've been sick of it. I'm not completely surprised by this. I hope that Devin Haney is still getting a fight on that date. He's not the one who backed out. He should not be penalized here. I don't care what you think of his style. I don't care what you think of his last fight. He was aboard. He was on board with that fight. Everyone thought that fight was made until it wasn't.
I saw your guy, Tim Bradley, though. I think he had made a video saying, or a tweet or something I saw saying that, like, nobody's running from Devin Haney. He said, like, did you see his last fight? Nobody's scared of Devin Haney.
Well, yeah, that was on our show, by the way, 3 knockdown rule. With Mario Lopez. I'm going to say, Teofimo got absolutely torched by Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley's nickname should not be the Desert Storm. It should be the Flamethrower because everybody is getting singed. I have never seen Tim so outspoken. He was just, he flat out said about Ryan Garcia's last performance because Mario, he kind of likes Ryan, makes a million excuses, and Tim just says, yeah, you know what that's called? That's called having no PEDs. Woo! And speaking of no PEDs, I want to make this clear. My promo code for snack.com is the letter K, number 9, KIM. That's it, K9 Kim, for 25% off all snack products. Anyway, yeah. Tim Bradley, great interview. Go make sure to subscribe and like.
Check it out, y'all. Check it out.
Bailey's buying that right now to do Tyson push-ups, which people are thanking you for today on
That's
Twitter.
what I do. That's what I do. I'm an influencer.
Steve's strong as hell, y'all. Don't let him fool you. Steve is way stronger than JB, much better shape. You see Steve probably 6'2", 6'3".
About that. JB's got that old grizzly bear white guy strength. I really
I know. Steve hemmed you up. Remember, Steve hemmed you up when you wouldn't eat those ribs that day, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I do remember the day, though, yeah.
Keep doing Mike Tyson push-ups, short breaks, do intervals, okay? Go on YouTube and just put in Mike Tyson push-ups. There's all sorts of specific plans that you can do, and you will work up a sweat in 15 to 20 minutes, and you're good. It's a full workout right then and there.
Just push-ups?
Just push-ups. The Mike Tyson push-ups.
Your feet's on the wall. It's like a whole different thing.
On the wall,
baby.
Get into a squat, get back into it flat and back. But you got to time it out and then take no more than 20 seconds off, 40 seconds on, 20, and then you do 5 minutes at a time, 4 minutes at a time, 3. I do the pyramids. And then later in the week, you do the inverted where your hands are really tight together for the inner chest. Yeah. Just telling you, no more than 20 to 25 minutes.
I got great blood. My blood work came back. I have the best blood in America, and so I can do anything now. I got low cholesterol, triglycerides are down, blood pressure is like unbelievably great. Like they said, they thought I was like a triathlete. So
yeah, right.
I said, hey, I smoke cigars. They were like, you smoke cigars every day? And I go, about 8 to 10. They were like, unbelievable blood you have. You have to be some sort of Guinness World Record guy. And I'm like, yeah, you can put me in there if you want. Steve, let's dive into this topic. Go ahead, Smitty, introduce it.
Go ahead and do it, JB. I don't have to run down, pull it up.
Go ahead and introduce it.
Carl Nassib's game-worn jersey is now being displayed at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. This has been big news online. Steve,
what are you laughing
what's
at?
your reaction? What's your take to this?
Can I first go, Steve?
Oh, please do, please.
So, you're on Whitlock later, and there's no cussing and stuff. So you get to cuss out on this show. You get to be real. You got Miami fans watching. You got 1,500 people. Here's the thing, Steve. So let me be clear here on my take real fast. We can now suck a dick and get put into the fucking Wall of Fame? Are you kidding me? Smitty, where you go? You're shitting me. I can be put in the Smithsonian for sucking a dick. You've got to be shitting me.
He doubled down, Steve.
This is unbelievable.
He doubled down, Steve.
And you're telling me that Donald Trump, please take over this and defund California from letting boys play girls. Please do it. I'm here and I'm all for it. And please stop this, Donald Trump. Steve, go ahead.
To paraphrase Coach Jason Brown, that's yay. That's yay. Literally.
Hey, may, they, hey.
That's yay.
Hey. Good.
That's Kanye. Yeah.
I'm seriously confused, Smitty. Like, so this is what gets you in? On
To
your
that
knee?
museum.
Does he wear knee pads? Did he wear knee pads as a DN? Maybe he did. Maybe he wore the skateboarding ones you pull underneath your pants. You know, the light ones that you can bend, you pull them up because they're like flexible. I did. I wore them, but I didn't get on my knees. But I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's funny, man. This is unbelievable. This is what we do. So let me ask something. So then Jeff Fisher, Steve, anyone historians out here, Jeff Fisher should be in here for fucking signing Michael Sam. No?
Missouri defensive end, Michael Sam was
the
player of the year.
Openly first.
Player of the year.
See, I don't agree with this. This is wrong. This is not the first openly gay.
On a serious note, though, if they're going to do this, it should be Michael Sam.
Yeah, defend the brother, homie.
Like, for real. Now I'm calling racism. Because technically speaking, Michael Sam was the first openly gay player in the
hell yeah. Defend that brother, homie. Fucking right. Defend that brother who sucked that dick. Get that motherfucker in here, homie.
I digress.
He turned gay. Steve, he turned gay in the race like a motherfucker.
I hope Michael Cooper knows what he's getting into. Poor Coop.
This show's in the edge.
Homie,
I try to keep it balanced out, Steve, but fuck.
You know, Michael Cooper, you know you're not coming into harm's way in this show. We would never do that to you. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. Steve,
I can't make it in now. I got a coach.
I wouldn't be shocked. But Steve, I can't not be myself. I don't understand this. Like, this is a slap in all the people's faces that actually earn the right to be in there.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, come on, man.
So you're basically saying a sexual orientation
put you in there
is an achievement.
Yeah.
It's a preference, but it's not. And the preference is not my business. It's not going to impact me in any way. But is that really an achievement, or is it just a personal choice?
I don't understand why we're addressing it and awarding it. I don't know why we're rewarding it. I don't get that part of it. Like, that's why the NFL is using the Pride Month and all this stuff. And it's like, oh man, it's also, you know, it's so ironic. It's Father's Day month too, and I haven't heard anything about that. Father's Day weekend, Smitty. Like, I don't ever heard shit about that. So
is that
it's crazy.
This weekend or next weekend?
Isn't it the 11th? What's the date? Maybe next weekend. Sorry. Next weekend. Sorry.
But to your point, the fact that we don't know is the problem.
15th.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem because we know it's Gay Pride Month. So it overshadowed it. But anyway.
We'll be on next, though, Jason.
Hey, Steve, real quick. What was your take with I let in with this, and I didn't get to ask you. What was your take with this Dave Portnoy thing going crazy? I saw Whitlock went off on him.
We're discussing that.
Today you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't get this, Dave.
I don't either.
You've said tasteless, politically incorrect, insensitive stuff, and you've defended it.
Right.
But does that not apply to things you don't like? You know?
That's what I basically said.
Coming off like a petulant baby.
That's honestly. What I basically said. And by the way, he's acting. I'm pretty sure he does not like Hitler's dictatorship, and he's acting as a dictator with his own employees, which I've done. But also, people bring up the fact that I did it with our quarterback coach on Netflix. He was unpaid. I didn't threaten to take any money from him. I threatened to take a dorm room away from him, which was a privilege to coach college players who were playing the NFL. There's a huge difference. I'm paying this dude $500,000. I'm paying a guy $500,000 and then threaten him to take his $500K away. To me, was absolutely the bitch move when he called his own guy a bitch. That was what the irony is for me.
JB, you told your coach you're gonna take his livelihood away. You gonna take his bed away where he lay his head at every day.
Yeah, the one I gave him. Yeah.
You gonna take his dorm away? Damn.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ask for nothing.
Yeah, I got it. That's why
I can't. In general, like, because if you owe somebody, they always had that leverage and that power over you. I gave it to you, so I can take it away.
And I hate to be that guy too. I hate to use that term, but for an unpaid guy, I'll do it all day. Because I would have loved to be a free unpaid guy to live in a dorm room because we didn't have that opportunity in California. We had to fucking play for free, go drive for free, go eat for free. This guy got his food paid for, got the opportunity to coach. Like, shit, I would love to do that. Steve, I got to ask you something about former Michigan president, speaking of Dave Portnoy, who claims to be a Michigan Wolverine. I wanted to get your take on Santa Ono. This guy is being blocked in Florida. And I don't know the whole ins and outs of this thing.
Well, isn't he one of those woke DEI socialist Marxist guys? Get that bum out of here. Good job, Gators. Good job. I'm with you on that one. We're still beating you September 20th, but good job on that.
Cisco said you got to start saying we with the Lakers because now you've gone pro Miami, pro Florida with Miami, Florida Gators now, the Heat. He says you should probably be a Heat fan since.
No, but because despite our rivalry, we are still All-Americans. And this is a good move for America. So Gators, I don't like you. Don't really respect you. Still a good move. Keep that woke crouching tiger. Get him out of here. Send him back to Beijing or wherever he's from. Shanghai, whatever.
That
is a Chinese thing. That doesn't sound Japanese or Korean.
Oh no, yeah.
More of a Chinese thing, straight out of Taipei, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no, he better not be our president. Ha ha. Anyway.
Y'all crazy. This is a crazy show we got here.
Smitty, you had to. You haven't slept. You're red eye. You just landed in Indiana.
I literally have not slept. I can't sleep on planes anymore. I kept waking up, so I'm off 2.5 hours of sleep, but I'm here.
Hey, well, we got a couple more things for Steve before he goes on Whitlock and talks about Dave Portnoy. So
let's do it then, man. We going.
You know what the problem is with the way Portnoy is acting, Smitty and JB?
Yep.
He is inviting a lot of people that do not work for him, that do not like him, out in the middle of the street to say whatever they want.
That's why they're saying. That's why they're saying it. Yeah, that's why I was gonna say. That's why they're saying it when he's doing pizza reviews and shit. Like, come on, now you're inviting that shit. You're asking for it. Like, that don't make no sense. You want to get mad about it? Come on, dog. I don't know. We got a comedian on later on today too. That I'm curious to ask how that space is. I know Cisco does comedy too, and we got a comedian on joining the show, and I'm curious what his take is on freedom of speech and what the line is, I guess, that you tote in this space anymore, because comedians, man, can't even be themselves no more. I don't believe. Hopefully, it's getting back to that after the slap.
Yeah, a lot of guys have become Bill Bird. I remember when he was funny.
I know.
No, he's not.
Exactly.
Man.
I got shit all over.
Yeah. Well, let's keep this thing rolling, keep this thing flowing. The Miami Marlins set an MLB record for the lowest attendance, JB, in their game tonight versus the Colorado Rockies. A staggering 137 people attended the game, apparently.
No way.
137 people attended the game as the Rockies got the win and I guess improved their historically bad record to 10-50. This is insane. 137 people at a professional game?
Yeah.
If you're one of those foul ball collectors,
I'm all over the place.
You would bring a basket. You'd fill that thing up.
I'd be
short
right
lines for
around
beer.
That's probably the game I would like to go to, actually. I could go anywhere, move around. That's probably the game I would actually go
No
to.
restroom lines.
No hot dog lines. It's a game only hour and a half anyway.
Tore down the legendary, historic, grand old lady of South Florida, the Orange Bowl, for that. See, this is where the city of Miami and even the university, they needed to do what USC did with the Coliseum and just say, we're taking that over. That's a historic place. That's always going to be our home. We are never tearing that down. We're going to renovate it. We're going to improve it like many other places have done. And we get something, or they got something that nobody cares about. What a monstrosity.
Hey, what your intellectual prowess tells you what? Is there an agenda behind this right here? Miami, do they want to get rid of this team? A, number one. B, does Major League Baseball want to move this team? Because there's rumors out there, and I think Derek Jeter probably has ruined his shot at ever being anything in Major League Baseball, higher management again. But Derek Jeter goes here from winning and being a legend, Mr. October almost, to what? I mean, this team is horrible.
Well, I don't know how much you put into it. I mean, you're as good as your payroll and your money. But the issue with the Marlins is I think they've won 2 World Series, and I know at least one of them. The next year, they just completely ruined the team. They just couldn't afford it.
They got rid of that coach. They got rid of the Madden, wasn't it?
I think that was Jim Leland was the manager. They won it in 97, and they won it again in 2003, and they never capitalized on it. And I don't know. The both Florida teams, Tampa Bay and Miami, they don't really get great support. I don't know. I just think it's a shame, though. You build that stadium, and nobody cares. You just should have kept the Orange Bowl.
Man, I got over 1,000 people to come to my little event I did in Indianapolis last year, All-Star Weekend. And that's just me just hustling and selling tickets. How the hell you get only 137 people at a professional?
I gotta ask to your point right there. Marketing, promotions, ticket sale got to be fired, right?
Immediately.
I mean, they should hire you.
I don't care how bad you are, Steve. Like, people will just come to just get out the house and be with the family.
You're a pro team. Hey,
one thing about Miami, though.
Buy one, get one free ticket night. Something. That's ridiculous.
$1 tickets for the first 1,000 or, just whatever. It's so many options. But
here's the thing about Miami. I know a little bit about that market. It's a lot like L.A., but they don't have the loyalty like they do with the Dodgers. South Florida and Miami is a big event region. They want events. I don't know if any baseball game in the middle of June or May is ever going to be a big event. It's just an event. I mean, even with the Miami Heat, when they had LeBron, and I know there's traffic issues like there is in LA, a lot of people wouldn't get there to the second quarter. They're not, it's not what I would call, it's a major league city, it's a major league market, but you're never going to have the rabid everyday loyalty like you do, let's say, at Green Bay with the Packers. It's just a different market. There's a lot of entertainment options out there. And Latinos. Anyway.
No doubt.
Well, real quick, going back, it's some big news in boxing. Vasily Lomachenko has officially announced his retirement from boxing at the age of 37. Ukrainian legend. I think his record was what? Was it 396 and 1?
396 and 1 as an amateur, 17 and 3 as a pro, where he 3-division world champion, was pound for pound top 3 or 4 for many years. Will probably get into the Hall of Fame based on the body of work, even though he didn't have that many fights. I had been expecting this for about a year. This does not come as a surprise. I think he had
Do you
enough.
feel like that loss to Haney, which a lot of people like myself thought he won, like kind of, I don't know,
Yes.
expedited, but like,
I
there you
believe
go.
it
Yeah.
dispirited him. It took away some of his love. And he wanted to go out with the win, which he did last year against Cambosis, where he looked really good in Australia. But it had been intimated to me for at least 5-6 months that he was more likely to retire than to fight again.
Is boxing all inclusive? Kind of like soccer and other? And basketball? Is it all? So is amateur records included?
I do think so, because there have been some fighters who have gotten in who did not have the greatest pro career. I believe that the International Boxing Hall of Fame, which actually has their induction weekend this weekend in Canastota, I believe the amateur record can be factored in. If you look at the breadth of his career from top to bottom, he's getting in.
400 fights. That's crazy. What's
his one loss? Like, who's the guy that beat him in amateurs? Do you know? Off the top of the head?
He ended up getting revenge. I don't know who the loss was, but he's a 2-time gold medalist. Beat Gary Russell in his third pro fight. And at 30, he was clearly the best guy, but a lot of politics kept those fights from happening in unification. And then at 35, he was this close. And I'm with you, Smitty. I thought he beat Devin Haney that night.
Steve, are you does his amateur, I guess, career, did it hurt his professional one, meaning he stayed too long? Did it hurt him as far as
there is an argument for that, because that's 4 years of your time. If you go to a second Olympics, that's 4 years out of your time. But again, a lot of these guys probably get funded very well by the government. And I don't know how the timing is. But yeah, did it hurt his pro career? If you're shaving off 4 years of development and time, which you can never get back, yeah. I would say that at least it hinders your pro development.
Yeah. Steve, let's move on real quick to shout out to him, retirement. Former Major League Baseball pitcher Trevor Bauer was awarded $310,000 in a default judgment against him, against a woman that falsely accused him, that killed his career. I still don't understand. It cost him $100 million easily. I don't know, maybe more. Who knows? He was still pitching at a height in Major League. We keep seeing this, Steve, quite often. I'm confused. I'm glad that the kicker got back in the league that was falsely accused with Buffalo, Ariza, and then he's back in with the Chiefs, I believe. We've seen a few of these guys now. Zion Williamson is being thrown around in the same situation with former porn stars and everybody trying to jump in on that bandwagon and say he's doing the same thing. When is enough? And when is this say, all right, well, let's reinstate you. We know that she lied. Why hasn't he been reinstated? He had to go play over in Japan and other places to make a living, and he lost. I mean, can he sue Major League Baseball? Like, when can he get back? I'm confused on when the man gets protected here on a lot of this shit.
Yeah, I have none of those answers, but he got railroaded. There was a lot of cowardice in the media, if not downright dishonesty in reporting this. I don't know what legal recourse he has. I don't even know if he wants to do it. You'd have to ask him. But the system is rigged against high-powered men in these situations. That much is clear. And I'm not so sure what can be done about it. Just be very careful, fellas. That's all I can say.
No doubt. I saw the lawyers, just to full circle this, Smitty, some lawyers have come out and reached out to guys in the NFL that were just drafted. Obviously, the biggest name being Travis Hunter, who signed and allegedly without a prenup. And then there's this class action lawyer, big name lawyer, who's come out and offered his services to NFL players, stating that, hey, man, this is what you should do, and then this is what you shouldn't do. And basically he had a symposium saying, don't ever do, and he wasn't throwing shade, but he was like, don't ever do what Travis did and think that's the norm, because you're end up, especially when you sign a $46 million contract as Travis did. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm glad someone actually came through with services, but it's going to be interesting to see this whole thing unfold, how long these marriages last, what it ends up being when you lose all your money, especially when you're a first top 5 draft pick and you get bigger money than normal. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. But like Steve says, be careful, man. Be careful.
1000%. See, let me ask you this. I think I brought it to you maybe like a week ago, but this Pacquiao Barrios fight, are you concerned for Pacquiao? From a not legacy. His legacy is already kind of secure, but just from even a health standpoint, like to me, this feels like it came out of left field. He's old. He hasn't fought. Is he putting himself in danger coming out here trying to?
Well, anytime he's 46, I'm not really high on this fight, but he's 46. He hasn't fought in 4 years. He didn't look particularly all that good against Ugas when he lost to him in 2021. This fight has been rumored for about a year. This did not surprise me. But yeah, I mean, Smitty, there's risk. There's risk in any fight, but there's really risk when the guy's 46 years old and has not fought in 4 years. So but
we asked that question, Steve, to the great Jim Lampley after you came off. You gave us some good questions to ask him. We asked that question though, and he was like, he's not shocked one bit at all because he's never shocked until the fighter. He's like, look at Mike Tyson. I mean, these guys are still going to continue to fight. They're going to fight until they croak over. I mean, it just is what it is. If they can,
what's ironic, guys, is that Pacquiao is actually being inducted into the Hall of Fame this week.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
How old is he?
46. And then Steve, I don't know if this is just a fake report, but I saw something that said if he does win, he has like some other plans to continue fighting. Like he's trying to fight.
Look, he probably needs the money.
What's the fight? Tank or
I
something?
think the sense he wasn't putting into his Roth IRA all these years. So
damn,
but
might see a Floyd rematch.
He had better, bigger plans than this. Obviously not.
Yeah. Steve, at the end of the day, the NBA Finals start tonight. Before you get out of here, you expect OKC to win this series convincingly, or you think it's watered down NBA and it is going to go 6-7 games? What do you expect? You think OKC is clearly the best team?
Watched enough to know, to be honest with you. Whatever happens, happens. I don't really have much care for this. Indiana's a pretty good team. So,
JB, why do you keep asking Steve an NBA question? He keeps telling you he's not watching right now.
It's called trolling, homie. I want to get that on clip. I want to clip it.
Every time Steve said, I don't.
You know what Steve does know? You know what Steve does know, though? That's going to be out there. The ratings hit fucking rock bottom like I said they did. Without that girl right there. Look at those shoes. They're called brick boots. Angel Reese has a new line out called Brick Boots by Reebok, and that's what it is. She's fucking horrific. She's god awful, Smitty, and you know it. And the ratings have dropped, I think, 71%?
No game. I don't know for sure, Steve. It's hard. JB throws out percentages of numbers that he sees on Twitter, so you gotta be careful. I don't know if it's accurate or not. It might be. I don't know. You gotta be careful.
No, you don't doubt it. It's horrible watch. Nobody's watching it. I haven't even heard anything. Whitlock hasn't even talked about WNBA. When he don't talk about WNBA,
he says he is watching. So
yeah, I know it's dead if he don't talk about it. Because usually he'd be talking about it because Caitlin Clark's playing. He's talking about it. I haven't heard him talk about a shit.
But I do think he is still watching. He told me that a couple days ago. He's still watching the games. I'm like, wow, you are a soldier. Good grief.
God, there's no way. I got to ask you straight out before you go on the show. Tell him I said he's trolling watching the WNBA. There's no way he gets real enjoyment of watching the WNBA. There's just no way. There's no way.
Because if you love basketball, then you'll watch it.
Smitty really enjoys it. And I don't think Whitlock can really enjoy it. There's no way.
I flew into Indy today. I got off the airport. I'm walking down the baggage claim, and what do I see? I see a beautiful, big old sticker posted on the Indiana airport floor of my Indiana Fever, of Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark, the big three for the Fever, right there at the Indiana.
I know Caitlin Clark. Never heard of the other three broads.
Kelsey Mitchell is
I've heard of her. I heard of Caitlin Clark.
Kelsey Mitchell is probably the best player on the Fever, homie.
Are they paying Caitlin though? Since they got paid, they should give her back like a residual income, or I don't know. They all owe her money.
Like Caitlin, you said Caitlin was going to be a bust. Don't try to hop on her bandwagon now.
It don't matter. But I said she's a face of the league, and they all owe her money though. They owe her money. They owe her money, Steve. The whole league owes that broad money. That milk of magnesia should be fucking just pouring out in everyone's cereal bowls today. Steve, See you. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully the sun comes out, and
see you next week, guys.
I'll be on the yacht. Enjoy.
All right.
See you, man.
I'll see you later. Smitty, just milk and magnesia everywhere.
It's your favorite, homie. You used to like sisters when you was younger, but now
Joe, stop talking about fucking OKC, homie. You haven't mentioned OKC all year long. Now all of a sudden they're in there like you act like you're just a diehard fucking OKC Thunder fan. Stop, Joe.
Do we still got that video of Joe from yesterday?
Hey, so now that guy is now popping up all over the fucking place on Instagram. That Joe Accord guy?
Yeah.
Like, why is he everywhere now? Fucking nobody's, man. They get an algorithm going and they're just fucking. Whoop.
Here you go, right here. Look.
Fuck, man.
I wish we could play it, but I know the music might flag.
There's music? There's no music, is it?
I think it is in the background. It's a little instrumental.
Oh, yeah. We got copyright like 12 times yesterday. He has another video.
I don't. When we get copyright, what does that mean? Is that mean we don't get paid for the whole episode?
Nah, we gotta clip the. We gotta like
clip it out,
and then they review it and they usually fix it. They fixed it, so.
Gotcha.
So you'll get $4 from
me. My money.
Yeah, you get $4. So
make it 5. We gotta
Coop's on in about 10. And then the comedian's on 8:30. Bailey.
So the rest of the show pretty much we cool. We just chilling now. Shit. We chilling now. The rest of the show just guess. We just ask them questions, get some good answers. Paris get the best Michael Cooper story, and we'll be good to go.
Craig Shoemaker is a comedian on the show. A little older comedian, gentleman, been around. He also is a writer and a producer. He was named Comedian of the Year at the American Comedy Awards on ABC. And he's garnered 2 NATAS Emmy Awards for the best known 90-minute stand-up special. So he may not be a household name to some of you, but he's in the comedian world. I'm sure Cisco knows who he is.
Yeah, we said he might not be. I love when ones do that.
Look, Cisco knows who he is.
The Love Master.
Cisco, is that what he's known for? Cisco, is that what he's known for?
We might have Cisco call in with him too, and they have him like 4 boxes. Cisco ain't doing shit at 8:30.
You know what that man does. They had VPN. Cisco, you ain't doing shit. Like this motherfucker's full on in the classroom. He can't even do nothing comedian skits because
he said yes, sir. He watching our shit.
No, he said yes, sir. That's what he's known for.
Kevin the Trucker, I need you. I got an assignment for you weekly. I want you to do what you just did. That little I want that weekly. At the end of the week, I want you to do like a best of week. Like best of, like just take our highlights from a few from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and just clip it together. Friday evening, Saturday morning at the latest. We need you to post that video or send it to us. We'll give you credit at the end of the week every time. So I appreciate you for working for free and making our content. That'll be dope. Dirk 30. Y'all need better guests, Jason. Not better guests, plural, but better guests, singular. Y'all need better guests, Jason.
Free band? What is that?
You say free band.
Free something. Free. What does that say behind that? You know? Free
probably
band?
Free bands. It's probably free band or Freemason. I think it's free bands. I'm asking the same questions the whole interview. I'm asking your favorite memory. Yeah, I'm asking the same questions. Nan and the boo-boo. And y'all still gonna watch.
Dirk, you're a nobody, Dirk. I mean, we're taking you as a absolute joke. So we laugh at you, Dirk. We're literally laughing at you, not with you. So
you ain't the real Dirk.
Yeah, you're not Dirk Diggler either. You're absolutely.
You ain't Dirk Whiskey.
Yeah, you're fucking nobody, Dirk.
You the last Dirk.
You're an absolute fucking mockery, Dirk.
You're like a horror, like a shitty Dirk. Like I wouldn't put my plants in your dirt.
You're like a bitch, Dirk. You're just a Burke. You're Burke. You're Burke.
Keep going. Keep going.
You're Burke. Yeah, bitch Dirk.
2 hours later.
You're not Dirk. Your real name's Dirk.
Right. Real name's Clarence. And Clarence parents had a real name Clarence.
Motherfucker Burke. Bitch Dirk. You Burke up everything, motherfucker. You bitch ass. Joey B, I'm surprised you're not a member no more because you've been a long time listener. Appreciate you.
He gave up on us. He gave up on us.
I've been back lately. No, I don't got no boat ramp issues. Not really. I haven't fucked that up yet. I haven't fucked up the boat ramp. My boat's actually, it's a lot bigger than most little boats launching, so it's not easy. I need another person. I can't do it solo. I've done it solo once, but not easy. I fucking nicked the gel coat on my trailer because I have a fucking wedge that it drives. You know, I got to drive it up in.
Yeah,
she said. So, Smitty, we can take a quick commercial break before.
Let's do a 5-minute break, and when we come back, if he's still free, we'll have Michael Cooper, and then we'll have a guy Shoemaker. Cisco might call in as well, and we'll end the show right at 9 Pacific. I got a meeting from there, then I'll take me a nap. And I got another meeting. I'll take another nap. And I'm going to graduation. I'll come back.
No meetings. You have no meetings. You're strictly on a fun vacation.
And I got a meeting with Zero Shoes at 9 a.m. plus. Is it at 9? Oh, I got to end the show right at 9 today. So it's at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and then I got a call at
so 9 our time here though. You're not in 9 a.m. no more, homie.
I know 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. So it'd be 12. It's 10:55 my time.
Right.
And then I got a call at 11:30 a.m. your time, 2:30 p.m. my time. Yeah.
I'll be on the yacht at that time.
Damn, homie.
I gotta go fix shit. I'm not going out.
You ain't got unpaid, homie? You ain't got unpaid?
Nah, Shaun's playing Pebble Beach today. He's on a vacation, so 3 days in a row. We'll be back tomorrow on Unpaved.
Speaking of vacation, I'm gonna send some dates to you. I think
I got commercial break.
My show was dark July 14th through the 22nd or the 18th. That might be a good week for us to go and kind of take off before NFL season. That's why I got Jason. Where'd you? JB. I was talking. We'll be back in 3.
Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking. Here, this is the infamous one of the palm trees at Ash 8.
Can't fucking believe you. See this fucking belt? You see this? Who just eats a whole fucking palm tree, man? You guys are fucking shitting me. Just fucking unearthed the motherfucker. Ate the whole fucking thing. Like, who eats a whole fucking palm tree? Like, you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Now, let's check now. Who did it? I'm gonna look at the fucking camera. Who fucking did it? Sit down.
Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Now, do we understand each other? Excuse me. There is no more fucking up palm trees. I'm tired of spending all this money, and now I've created a whole fucking barricade for you. So I don't want to have to dig this bitch out. I'm fucking dead. I'm old. My back hurts. I'm fucking stiff as a porn dick. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down. Now, you come over here with me. Come on. Here's what I had to do to fucking stop you. And I got a better, beautiful, bigger tree. So now we are shitting in tall grass. Replanted it, bitch. Soiled it up. Put a little trellis in here. Put a bunch of fucking stones. Look like Stonehenge around this bitch. And now, Ash, are you gonna fucking try to dig this bitch out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this again?
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
What's up, gentlemen?
Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, the side of the road, LA, I assume, that's not necessarily the safest place on earth. So we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA college football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one side of the country to the other, Coach?
I feel broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Can I get like a royalty or something? Like, Netflix already screwed me. I'm getting screwed by EA Sports now too? Like, holy shit. I hit him up. I reached out to him like, hey, trying to be cordial and nice. I'm a nice guy, you know me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, EA Sports, maybe I can actually be your video guy and do a real video instead of using my name, image, and likeness.
Oh, shit.
And maybe I can get a little piece of the pie, but nah, it's all right. Just keep sharing my 500 million views of it.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but obviously you are a hilarious, miserable person, and this is kind of is how it goes.
Hey, Pat, I was actually chilling. My back went out yesterday, so I didn't even do my show today. So I just left my chiropractor, and I'm waiting on this damn cigar company to open. They're late, of course. I mean, come on.
Shit. Okay, so life is good. Last question for me, because I know the last time we talked to you, you had not watched the Netflix series Last Chance U. You said that. You said, I've not watched it, but obviously you've heard from everybody. Now, do you see some clips that come across your way? You're like, I don't remember saying that. And then all of a sudden, oh, I killed that. And do you judge your clips whenever you see them? You're like, I murdered that one.
Nah. A broad came over the house the other day, and I didn't really want to watch Netflix with her and chill. But she wanted to watch the show. We watched one episode.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can't watch this.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. It was the first scene of the cow scene or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they only made about $4 billion off my name on this shit. I'm not watching Netflix either. So I'm spiteful right now, Pat. I don't want to watch Netflix. I don't want to watch EA Sports video game. I'm like, man, and I can't even get 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Well, you're going to the moon. We appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Hopefully it'll get figured out, and we know the Netflix and chill thing, what that leads to. Bad backs, chiropractors. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
We're back in the building. We're back. Appreciate it. We got a legend joining us here in a second, man. Can't thank him enough for hopping on in here with Smitty and I. Once we get him figured out, we'll get it in and get him in here. Smitty, we're back. You good?
I've been good, homie. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I was talking to you about some serious stuff, and then I don't know what happened.
What?
We were having a serious conversation about vacation, and then you just disappeared.
I don't take vacation. I'm a coach. Anyway, I can't thank this man enough, man. A legend. It's an honor to have him on. Yes. I know he's good friends with one of our friends, the Pump Brothers, Dana and David. So I can't thank him enough for hopping on with us. A JUCO legend. A lot of folks out there don't know. So I get to talk to a fellow JUCO product, and without wasting any more of his time, man. Laker legend, man. One of the greatest defenders in the history of the NBA. Michael Cooper joins the show.
Yes.
Coop.
How you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear. Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't know what to call you. Michael Cooper, the legendary Hooper, or just Coach Cooper now. I love it. I love that you're still coaching, man, and chasing the coaching gig. You just love it that much, man? You just want to be around these babies, or what is it?
Well, they're not babies anymore. No, that's my age.
I still call them baby. You know how it is when you're a coach. Like, they're my baby.
No, I love being around the game. You know, one of the hard parts about retiring after you played, I played 12 years, very fortunate, played 12 years, is the preparation, the camaraderie, the togetherness, all of that. And that's what I miss, but I'm able to get that back when I'm still around these young guys. And and part of the game of basketball still.
No doubt. I knew it when I saw you were over at Chadwick, and I was like, "Dang, he's got to love the game," because there's that's hard to do, man. Because I know, the long Howie Long, obviously NFL legend. His son went there when I was coaching, and I was like, "Dang, that's crazy." Up in the middle of PV, up there, pretty ass place. And I love being up there. And I'm like, "Dang, Coop's up there." So I know you love the game, man, and everything I had to do with it. So I appreciate you still giving back. JUCO legend, man. Pasadena City, obviously the home of Jackie Robinson and some other legends. I went to Compton. My dad was at Compton when it was all white. It transitioned. That's how long. My dad was there in the 50s. He played at Compton High School. And Coop, Compton High and Compton College was on the same campus back then. And they would play Pasadena. Pasadena and Compton were the two powers in JUCO football, which is crazy. A lot of people don't know the JUCO story, but honored to have you on, man. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're right. It was the transformation was drastic too over there. It's all one way. But you know what? It's not about the color. It's about the colors of the school. And Compton was considered one of the best football and basketball schools, as well as track back then too.
Yeah, no doubt. Smitty's here.
Yeah, let's dive into it. Before we dive into your history and the legend that you are, I want to kind of talk about the game today. We're in the NBA Finals. OKC, you got the Pacers, two small market teams facing off against each other. OKC's been the best team all year long by record, but a lot of people probably didn't have the Pacers, in this position. At the beginning of the playoffs. What's your take? Do you feel like OKC is gonna, take this series, pretty easily, pretty handily, or do you think the Pacers got a real shot?
Well, Smitty, I'm gonna, I do a show out here called Slam Dunk. It's a local show on ABC, and I've been calling out some teams, and especially my team, the Lakers, and all of them have lost. So they call me the resident jinx. So I'm gonna just. You know what? I like both teams. I think the transformation of how basketball has been played like the last 5 or 6 years, especially since the Warriors are not competitive as they were. These are some young teams. Both of them play good, solid team defense. They don't have the so-called marquee stars on their team. They got good players, 2 point guards in Halliburton and SGA. That is not about them. It's about we. And when you have that going for you, and you got two solid coaches, obviously Rick being in Indiana is a very, very competent coach. The coach at OKC, up-and-coming young coach who has put his team together. Both of them have, and they're playing team basketball. I've always said that teams win championships, not individuals. And that is truly what's happening. So now these guys it's not about who gets it done as long as it gets done. And that's the joy I'm enjoying watching. I'm going to watch these two teams. I'm a root for Indiana because I always believe that NBA does better when other teams that have never won a championship win a championship. Okay, they have championship by default in a sense because them coming from Seattle and the Supersonics won back then, but they're in a new market. So again, essentially it'll be their first time championship. So I don't care who wins. I just want a very competitive, and I want a long. I would hope it goes 7 games to draw interest on what these teams have done and these players have done to put themselves in a position to be called a champion.
I love it. So I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, so I'm definitely rooting for the Pacers. Like you said, it would be historic for them to get that championship. So we shall see. Game 1 is tonight, so I will definitely be locked in. But I want to dive into your career. Like I said, a legend here, and we actually had our guy Steve Kim comes on weekly. Sports journalist, a knower of all things, loves the Lakers, and he brought up one of the more underrated clutch shots in basketball history. I think he said it was Game 5, 1988. You guys were playing against, I think, the Jazz. So it was like young Karl Malone, young John Stockton. And I believe you guys were down, I think, like a point with like 20 or so seconds left. Magic has the ball. He's coming down court. It looks like they're trying to set up a play for Kareem, but they kind of bottled him up so Magic couldn't get the ball to him. So Magic drives, tries to get, cut to the basket. He gets cut off. He swings it out to you, and I think it was a deep 2, like almost a 3-point, and you knock down a big-time shot, that helped lead you guys to I guess winning that game. Do you remember that moment? And if so, could you kind of just walk us through like just how big that shot actually was in hindsight, looking back?
Hey, cool. He don't think there's a back-to-back. He don't think that you win back-to-back without that shot is what his point was. Do you think that was true?
Oh, I agree. You know what? The funny part about that particular shot and that game, that series, is that Utah was slated to beat us, although I think we were the favorite, but they had, Stockton and Malone at their prime, Thurl Bailey. I mean, they were suited to win. And Smitty, that whole series, I had a horrible shooting series. I mean, that shot I hit, and I think I hit another one, which happened to be a layup, were probably my only 2 shots in that series because I think I probably was like 2 for 25 or 2 for 30. But what that play goes to show you is how much, and you see it in today's game, that players need one another. Magic understood I wasn't shooting well, but I was on the court because of my defense. So that was enabling me to stay out there. So when that play happened and Magic's going, and you're right, he was looking for Kareem. And Big Mark Eaton was over there, so they weren't going to get into Kareem. So Magic drove, and he does what any great player do. It's called drive and kick. Mm-hmm. And what a great player do will get in that paint and create that double team and kick it out to his teammate. Magic had a lot of confidence in me. That, I hadn't hit a shot, kicked it out to me. But you know what? I always believe, and I tell my son now who's 20 years old, he's playing at UC Davis now, it's not about offense all the time. It's about your defense, and defense keeps you on the court. But when you're out on the court, offense is important too. So you have to have a short shooting memory. And I had missed like 3 shots prior to that, but I went in, and Magic, he had confidence in me to kick it out. And my motto is, the next one will go in. As long as you've taken your shot, the next one will go in. And that's what happened. And I do believe that shot, we were able to win that game. That put us up 3-2 going back up there. And that allowed us to get by that series and initiate the back-to-back. So such an important game, an important shot, an important play. Thank you for bringing it up, Smitty, because I had never hit a game-winning shot to that. So I was like, yeah. I mean, I kind of kept myself composed because, boy, you had been 0 for 18 or something like that. So, but to hit that shot. But my teammates gave me a lot of the love after the game, and that was a big shot and enabled us to go on and get past that Utah team.
Hey, I go to Dana and David. I go to Pump Brothers yearly, man, and I speak for them sometimes. And I was doing the Big Three when it first started. I was with Michael Rappaport and Cuban. Then when it first started after the Netflix series I was on, and it was getting to see you all around town and stuff, man. It was always on. I never got to speak to you, but I wanted to ask you about defense in particular, since that's what you were known for. Like, let me ask you, in the current status of the Lakers, we got a guy like Luka, who's critiqued for not playing defense or moving his feet or getting blown by, but then on offense he's a juggernaut, and we all look at him as the next thing. Probably LeBron's probably passing the buck for the Lakers organization, etc. Where are you at with this current roster's makeup, and why don't we take defense serious anymore? And as you just said, if I'm having a bad night on offense, defense made me great on offense and give me energy. I got a steal, a dunk, whatever. What you're preaching to your son. Why don't we do that no more? Is it because we've become so 3-point savvy and that's what the game is, even with the 7-footers out here shooting threes, etc.? Has that just been changed with the Steph Curry of the world and all the things that have happened? Is defense just not a factor anymore?
No, it's very a factor, Coach. Great question. First of all, let me talk about the Lakers and not talking about free agency, what other moves. Let's talk about, let's say the Lakers come back with this team. This team is good enough to win a championship. I think the key and the most important piece is what you're seeing in the transformation of Luka now. Luka looks in great shape. He's taken onus on being in good condition. And if he does that, you know, people used to say Magic Johnson wasn't a great defensive player. No, Magic wasn't a great one-on-one defensive player, but he was probably one of the best team defensive players. We used Magic to do doubles and things like that because he understood how to do it and he was always in position. So if you look at the game like that, all Luka has to do is when you're in good shape, you can contain the ball for 1 or 2 dribbles, and that's all he has to do. When you're not in great shape, then you probably sit there and the guy gives you a move and you go for it and he's by you, and you don't allow your teammates to get over enough time to help you. So with Luka in great shape, I know the Lakers are going to be great. Now, what he does if he's in great shape, 1, it helps you get through injuries. 2, it keeps you on the court longer because, again, when you're in great shape and you tweak your ankle or you won't pull a muscle because you're fine-tuned. And now with his ability to stay on the court longer, now you're going to see more 40 and 50-point games from him. And I think that's what the Lakers are suited up about. And the Lakers, I really believe, with the current team that they have, they can win a championship. And I'm going to say they can win a championship before the Boston Celtics can this coming season. And I'm a Boston hater all the way, so we won't get by that. But, Coach, back to your original question.
Love it.
The Lakers are fine with me. I think Coach J.J. Redick took accountability. And you know what? People criticize him for keeping the starters in that whole game. And you know what? As a young coach, he kind of went by an old motto. And I learned this when I was in the WNBA. If you're going to go down, if you're a coach and you think you're going to go down, you want to go down with your best players out on the floor, man. And in today's game, these guys get paid. And I thought that process that he went through, that he let those guys, he thought that they could carry the boat. Had he won that game and everything went well, nobody would never say anything to him about that.
And I'm with you. I actually defended it on the show, and I was like, I was critical of the hire because he's never coached. So I was like, as a coach, I'm like, all right, that's number one. I criticized that, but then when he did that, I was like, listen, man, I thought we were in the load management era. That's why we took all these games off during the year, right? Like, if we shit.
Because they get paid good money, you got to let them go. You know what? I probably would have done the same thing because you're trying to get a win and you go out there with the best players. But no matter what all that happens now, I think the Lakers are suited. Obviously, they probably will make some changes, but I don't know, and I'm not in that talk with them right now, but I'm talking about the Lakers that I see today. And I think another thing that JJ took accountability for is that we were not a good defensive team. And I think as a young coach, you will come back and get better. You look at yourself, you make adjustments to yourself. You look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I did this, I did that. You got a great coaching staff with you. You got 2 of the best players in the game, even though LeBron is at the end of his career towards the end. He's still one of the best players in the game, and Luka's your up-and-coming star. So all you need to do now is fit those pieces around. AR-15, Austin Reeves is going to be better, bigger and better next year. And I think the Lakers learned a lot about themselves. Now, when you talk about defense, that's why you have these 2 young teams in the game and playing for a championship, because defense wins games. And I just mentioned that, and I'll always mention that. As a coach, I always preach defense. But, again, you have to I don't think the Lakers really had a philosophy on how they were going to deal with pick and rolls, how they were going to force a player a certain way. And I think that's what Coach J.J. Redick is starting to understand now. So you got to come into training camp with a philosophy on what you want to do on certain plays. Those are the 2 biggest plays in the NBA right now, the pick and roll. How do you deal with that?
No doubt. I think you agree with this. I know you said defense wins game, but I know defense wins championships ultimately, and offense wins you the game here and there. The small battle within the war, offense wins those games, but defense, you guys won championships on the defensive end, just like all the great teams. Football, basketball, it don't matter. Defense wins at the end of the day, and that's why I think this will be addressed like he did address it at the end of the season. Real quick, this is a loaded question. You mentioned in the health and the injury and being in shape obviously helps you stay and fight off nagging injuries or being hurt versus being injured. I think being in great shape is a critical one. There was a video a couple years ago. You guys all, the old team that the Showtime era Lakers went over to Hawaii with the legendary Pat Riley. And he was like, whether it was for clicks and video or what, but he was like getting in your guys' ass like he was coaching you in the 80s. And it was a funny video. I saw it, and I was like, it was comical. And and you guys went over to, I don't know if it was Hawaii, Maui, wherever, but you guys did a little thing. It was a great little reunion deal. And but like I was looking at it like, but that was really Pat Riley and Steve Kim, who's a historian, and he was brought this up. He thought that the 3-peat possibly could have ended a little early when you guys went out to UC Santa Barbara, I believe, in practice that year. and he was running you guys tough. And I think B. Scott got a hammy. I think Magic got a hammy later on. And I talk to B. Scott's son all the time, T, man. I've become real close with him. So he mentioned it too. But you guys got a little bit banged up. And then it seemed like, did the team really go against Pat and his philosophy at that time, since you guys were all veterans at that time and you were like, all right, this ain't the way. We're getting ran down here. And then I believe he ended up getting removed as the coach after you lost to Phoenix that year. But was that something that was kind of butting heads? Was it a little bit of oil and water in the locker room at that time when you guys were already a little bit stuck in your ways?
No. I think that was a decision that came from management, Dr. Buss and and Jerry West. But, Coach Riley, probably the best coach I've ever played for. All through my career. I mean, I've had a great high school coach, my coach at JC and New Mexico. Coach Westhead was a good one too, but Pat Riley, being a former player, understood attention to detail. So what he was doing was he was trying to push us to do things that people didn't think we could do. And we became the first team in 16 years to repeat when we went 87-88. And he wanted to do that again, following along the kind of the Celtic mystique or the Celtic tradition of winning championship year after year. So, I mean, we probably went a little too long, but we were ready to win. And it was just such an unfortunate thing. For me, I love practice. So it wasn't practicing hard for me. But, when you look in hindsight and you look back, it probably was. But, again, that wasn't why we lost the game. If it was going to happen, maybe Byron doesn't get hurt in practice. We play the game. In the first few minutes of the game, Magic tears his. So Byron could have did the same thing. But, no, that Pat Riley, nobody was against Coach Riley. Again, going back to the reunion, that was Pat Riley, Jeannie Buss, and Magic Johnson that put that together. And Coach and Smitty, I'm going to tell you this. There's no other team in the NBA that could have done what we did and can continue to do. Because you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of discord on championship teams and teams you win. But you know what? In essence, we all love each other. We all were very good friends off the court. We had our disagreements on the court, but we never let that bother us, okay? Because we're all about one thing. So that reunion, man, was real special. Any player that had played on a championship team got flown over with his significant other, his wife, got flown over there, and we had a wonderful week, man. It was absolutely great. We're talking about doing it again because we're all getting up in age and stuff like that, but we're going to try to keep it a little closer, maybe Palm Springs or somewhere like that. But no other team could do that, man, and have the kind of time we had. The day was built on just camaraderie and being together. We ate breakfast. You had to come down and have breakfast together, whether it was just a piece of bread or some water, orange juice. So you had to come down. After that, there was a couple of excursions that we had throughout the day. Then you had to eat lunch together. And then you had like a little free time on your own. And then in the evening, we always had a dinner. And then after the dinner, we had this big old room where Magic loves bid whist, card playing and dominoes and all that. And then we had a karaoke machine set up. Oh, and you could, every night, everybody came down, had a good time. The ones that thought they could sing were singing, and you put your favorite song on. But you know what? It was about just the love of being together. And then before that ended, we had every player had to come up and talk and say something. And that was probably the most emotional thing to me, because Spencer Haywood, you know what happened to him back in the 80s. He had his issues, and, he was kicked off the team, and Spencer came. And Spencer kept asking me the whole week, Coop, we're going to talk. What you going to say? I said, Wood, listen, when it's my turn, I'm going to just talk from my heart. Right. And Magic chose Spencer to be the last speaker that Saturday, because we left on a Sunday to speak. And when Wood got up there and spoke, man, he came and he brought it. And I'm not going to say what he said, because that was just an internal and very private moment for all of us. But it was a very touching moment. It was a moment that really, really showed you why the Lakers are considered like family, because we all gathered around. And after he finished speaking, we all just it was like bigger than a group hug. I mean, everybody, all the players came out, man. We had Jim Jones there. The only ones that didn't come was Mike McGee. He had a personal issue. Jerry West had some things going on, and Mitch Kupchak. But Chuck Nevin, Everybody was there, man, and it was really, really special. And that's what winning championships is about. If everybody from player, this time you got 18 players on the team now, but back when we played in the 80s, you only had 13 guys, 1 through 13. Doesn't matter the importance. If you were the best player or the worst player, you were considered one of the players that was the glue to our team. And that's why we were able to do that. And again, reverting back to today's game, that's why I love that OKC team. I love that Indiana team, because them young men love each other. They care about each other, and it shows on the court. It shows, and that's why those two teams are playing for a championship.
Cool. If I could ask, who put that whole thing together? Was that a collaboration that you guys all were just in group text like, hey, let's go to Hawaii, or was that a Pat Riley?
No, that was Pat Riley, Jimmy Buss, and Magic. They put that together, and I mean, they paid for everything was taken care of. Wow. And as you said, Coach Riley thought we were 22, 23 out there talking about, okay, let's go. Everybody's looking at him like, man, are you crazy? I'm 59 years old. I'm 60 years old. I'm not trying to pull a muscle out here trying to play for these cameras, but it was fun because we did a couple of shooting games and stuff like that. And, you know, Coach Riley's on gippy knees too, so he's trying to – but it brought that youthfulness in us. And,
no doubt.
It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
No doubt.
No doubt. I love to hear. I have a question before I lose train of thought. We were talking about the importance of defense and how great of a defender you were. And then you also mentioned as well how you still hate those Celtics. So I got to ask you specifically with Larry Bird, how tough of a cover was it, you know, going back, having to guard Larry Bird in those finals, and even in the regular season game? Every time you guys, you know, matched up Lakers and Celtics, we knew you guys were going to go at it. And I know you were the one, you know, that had to guard them a lot. How tough was it guarding Larry Bird during those days?
You know what? It wasn't tough. I'll take that back. It was tough guarding Larry Bird, George Gervin, a young Michael Jordan, Dr. J, Andrew Toney, just to name a few. But the fun part I had about it is my individual challenge was out there, but I always knew in the back of my head is that, you know what, for some reason, if I get beat, somebody's going to be there to help me out so I can get back into play. And that was the beauty of our team. You know, I wasn't counted as a great one-on-one player, but I could score on you one-on-one. I can get a shot off. I may not get my shot off, but I can get a shot off. So, but I won't get the shot that I want if I know that second wave of defense is coming. And that's the luxury I've always had. If I got beat, I knew Magic was going to be there. If Magic wasn't going to be there, Worthy was going to step up. Scott was somebody was going to help contain that player for a moment while he got by me so I can get back into play. And that enabled me to be the defensive player I became, because you know what, I knew that, okay, if I bite on that pump fake and he goes by me for a second, I got to turn and get back into play, but I know he ain't going to the hoop to make me look bad because my teammates got my back. And again, reverting to the day, if you look at that Indiana team, watching them kids get beaten, they run down them three-pointers because OKC and Indiana defend the three-point line better than all other teams have. But them players don't get wide open shots after that because that next person is stepping up. So that's how you play defense, and that's what I appreciate about watching these young teams play today in the NBA.
Yeah. Kobe, I got to ask you real quick. Like, there's not too many younger folks that I idolize at 49. The one I did idolize as a youngster and I looked to as a hero, I always said it was Kobe. Kobe to me was the greatest. To emulate MJ and do what he did almost, and all the clips out there that they look similar and how Kobe idolized him and did everything he did. To do that and do it equally or better than, to me, is even harder than it is to not steal somebody's stuff and do it. That's what people don't realize. And I think that playing with the most ball-dominant player that I ever saw in Shaquille O'Neal has to carry weight, meaning that Jordan got to play with the centers like Luke Longley and no shot at them, but it wasn't a Shaquille O'Neal who demanded the ball 30, 35 times a game. Does that hold any water or any weight with what Kobe did with Shaq versus what MJ did with just like a Scottie Pippen? I know Scottie Pippen wasn't necessarily a ball-dominant guy, but unbelievable great. But, like, does that carry any weight at all, or am I just an idiot saying that?
Well, you're not an idiot because you got a double negative working over there, Coach. You're smoking a cigar, and I believe that's coffee you're drinking. So you got a whole lot of issues going on.
I try to talk to him every morning. I said, you got to slow down. It's too early to be doing that.
But listen, Coach, you said one thing that kind of, like, ruffled my feathers a little bit. Kobe was a hell of a player. I mean, a great player. Yes, he patterned his game after Michael Jordan, but you know what? There's only one Michael Jordan. So Kobe was never better than Jordan. He just did things Jordan-esque like in his own way. So let's get that straight first of all. But Kobe, man, you know, the thing about Kobe, when he first came to the Laker tryout, I had the task of working Kobe out. And they say, Coop, go out here and, you know, work Kobe out. So what I was supposed to do is I was supposed to keep him away from the elbow, keep him away from the sweet spots. They were like, Coop, don't let him get here. Don't let him get there. When we went into the low post, I had to get him out of the low post. Let's see how he reacts to that. Now, I'm 41 years old. Still had a little funk left in me, but you know what? Not enough funk to mess with this 19-year-old kid. And that was the beauty of guarding Kobe, is that he was able to get to his spots. Now, he didn't hit all the shots. I was able to get my hand up and defend, but he was able to get there. At 19 years old, that is so very difficult for a young person to understand spots on the floor, because that's why Kevin Durant, LeBron, Luka, them guys that can score, all they got to do is get around their spot. Steph Curry, because if they get to their spot, they know that they're going to score. So to see that Kobe could do that at 19 and then to do what he did to flourish his career and become the player he became. And yes, you know what? Michael Jordan did play with a ball-dominant center one time. He played with Bill Cartwright. Remember, and Bill was one of them players that needed the ball, man, down the low. And everybody, and you know what? But great players succumb or sacrifice themselves maybe 4 or 5 shots to get the ball in there. You know, you got to feed the beast. Shaq's the beast, man. He's one of the best. You're not going to win a lot of championships if you don't let Shaq touch it. So for those two players to do what they did and become as great as they became, and then Kobe just taking that lead, that lead for the thing from Michael Jordan, the torch, and carrying it on and doing what he did, that says a lot about Kobe Bryant as a player. You know what, Coach, I'm so glad you mentioned his name, because every time I think about him and missing him, yeah, we miss him on the court, but I was so ready for him to go on to expand and do the things he did off the court, being a great dad, how he could have been a great ambassador to keep leading basketball. And you know, when you're alive, other kids have a tendency to look at you and, you know, just think not thinking anything drastic, but thinking, if Kobe hadn't had Michael Jordan, Michael's still here, you know. There's some other kids that are missing what Kobe had to bring, but you know what? We got the life of video. We got the word of mouth from people like yourself and myself to talk about how great this guy was, and hopefully we will get to see another player. Maybe not. No, you'll never see another Kobe, like you'll never see another Michael, but you'll see another player that'll come on along that's gonna ring that bell, and you know, oh man, he looks so much like Kobe. He played like Kobe, and that's the joy and the sadness of him not being here. But you know what? He was one of the best. I wish I'd have caught Kobe Bryant when I was playing at 22, 23. Then it would have been another story, I think. But you know what? I got a chance to go against him at 19.
I think y'all would have won at it. You would have won your battles. He would have won his battles. I think it would have been a good matchup.
Hey, I love that take, man. Love that take. It's still surreal to me, man. That's just still don't believe it sometimes, man. It's just unbelievable. But man, I love coming on, man. I can't thank you enough, Coop, taking some time out today, man. And hopefully we'll see you at the Pump Brothers in August, man, and hanging out. And if you end up making it, and shout out to you, and hopefully everything with the family's doing well, and much success to you, brother.
Thank you. And Smitty, you know what? The Pump Brothers, when they do their thing, they have a little groove going. They brought Snoop Dogg in last year, and Coach was standing over there just standing up because I guess he didn't have enough juice in him. But I'm gonna get him out on the dance floor this time. I'm gonna make him not like us, not like us.
Hey, cool. Hey, I'm from Compton, cool. White boys don't dance, we boogie.
You know, gangsters don't dance, we boogie. I know that.
Gangsters don't dance,
guys,
we boogie.
love it. Thank you for
love it, brother.
me.
Appreciate you. See you later. The great legendary Michael Cooper, man. Hey, one legend to another, man. Entering a whole nother world. Can't wait. This is going to be a great conversation as well, man. Can't thank this man enough. Our main man, like I said, man, American stand-up comedian, an actor, author, writer, producer, comedian of the year. And can't thank him enough, man. Craig Shoemaker joins the show. Craig, how you doing, brother?
Right after Michael Cooper, you have me on. That's it. A 5-time champion. My championship in a golf tournament, I won a trophy for closest to the car. That tells you what you have on now.
Hey,
my buddy still reminds me.
Legend.
my buddy in Philly still reminds me. I snuck into a game one time, is a rec league game. I pretended I was someone else. I had to throw up an air ball that is still legendary. I struck out in softball, high-pitched softball at Veterans Stadium in front of everybody. So that's who you went to after Michael Cooper, for God's sakes.
Hey, man, no pressure. No pressure. You're not used to that. Hey, we're not throwing tomatoes or eggs at you on stage. You know what I mean? Can't thank you enough, man. I wanted to ask you right out the gate and start off with a heater. Let me ask you, what's changed? I know pro sports, I tell Smitty every day, it's gotten so soft that it's hard for me to watch. The game just changed. But society's gotten soft.
Oh, tell me, I coach sports.
Really?
I coach youth sports, and it is unbelievable. I'm like, run a lap, and they're calling security on me. I mean, they have no discipline whatsoever. I did grass drills and everything else when I was growing up. You got punished if you didn't do something right. And they have no outs and no runs for the first 2 years. You know that? This kid's run. I go, he's out. 7 helicopter mothers surrounded me. No, he's not out. Read the rules. Apologize. You made Geoff cry. I made Geoff cry. I got to make amends to Geoff for saying that he's out.
I don't know what the question I have is. What happened, or what really? Where do you distinguish, decipher? Where do you separate freedom of speech and comedy now after the slap that we all saw with Will Smith and Chris Rock, and then we saw Dave Chappelle and other folks get approached on stage afterwards, where all these nobodies seem to think they're somebody and they want to be part of they want to get on camera and clicks and likes for their own page. What happened to freedom of speech? Where are we at now with all this going on? We saw a Dave Portnoy Barstool go after one of his employees yesterday, speaking of freedom of speech and all these different things. What has happened in your world, and how hard is it to be a comedian nowadays and be yourself and shoot out jokes, whether they're, not that they're. We've seen so many different great comedians throughout the years, from Richard Pryor, Red Fox to Sam Kinison, and we've all joked about race, gender, whatever. Nowadays, it's like you're on slippery slope, no?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we live in an entitled society. You have to remember, all those people were around when there was no internet.
Yeah,
there was no internet. It wasn't all, like they'll take a clip of you now and they put it up there. Imagine putting clips up of Sam Kinison working his stuff out at the Comedy Store or whatever it is, and really, really taking risks. So you can't take risks as much anymore. So I actually coach comedy. You know what I do to battle against it is I take things from first person. If you take things from first person experience, nobody can deny it. They can deny your opinion on something. They can't deny your first person experience. So I'll give you an example. There's all the new terminology. They get mad at you, like they call you isterophobe, like homophobe or a transphobe or whatever it is. No, I'm not scared. I'm not punching down. It's just hard to get used to. I hung out with Bruce Jenner. That's his name. For 30 years, we hung out. We golfed together. I don't know why I even bothered golfing in these things, but I don't. These celebrity golf tournaments, he's like he's my buddy. He is my buddy. That's his name. Right. So now when we're together, it's hard to get used to. I said, I saw him at the golf course recently. I said, bro, like 9 different times. Meanwhile, he's got makeup on both sides of his she's got makeup on both sides of the shoulders. I'm going, this was person who was in the cover of Wheaties, and I'm looking at makeup from the turn.
Smitty, feel the pain, Smitty.
You make a turn, she's making this turn, and the makeup is on both sides of his white outfit. And I'm saying, bro, when are we golfing together? And and I tease my bros. I mean, hey, are you on the red tees now? That's what you do with your friends. So you can't take that back. That's my experience. Nobody can say I have a problem. My friend Kathy is now Kathleen. I'm going to call her Kathy. I'm sorry. I'm not a name phobe. I'm not. Right. And they're just projecting their own crap. They're projecting their own stuff that they can't keep up. Like a gender reveal party. You guys never heard of this before, right?
No, I never.
I got invited to a gender reveal party. I walked in. I pulled my pants down. Hey, what's up? How come I'm first? Are you mad at me now for not catching up or getting it? I mean, it's hard to keep up with all the new stuff.
Boy. Stand up.
Yeah, how come I'm the only boy showing over here? I'm shower, not grower. So that's my experience is that I can't keep up with everything. And by the way, my hard drive space is full because of we're connected. You knew your neighbors growing up. That's who you knew. That's who you played with. Those were your rivals. Those were the people they're the ones who stuffed me in trash cans and made me into a comedian. They're the ones who gave me wedgies and swirlies. This is who you knew. But now it's expanded to the entire world. And it's too confusing. Everybody's so self-obsessed. My memory is starting to get shot. I can only fit so much hard drive. So a guy comes up in the restaurant. This is a new customer for the last 20 years. My name is Cade. I'll be your waiter. I go, do you have to memorize your name? You just replaced my social security number. Don't tell the specials. I'll lose my Gmail password, which I can't remember my Gmail password.
Hey, no shit. That's true shit. I don't think people realize what you're saying. That's
can I curse? Can I curse on here? By the way,
we encourage it.
So okay. Well, here's the thing: the Gmail. I'm in an argument with Gmail all the time because I just can't. There's too many passwords to remember. So they're not. It's not strong enough. They're calling me a pussy. My Gmail password. It's weak. They say it's weak. They say try a symbol, try a number. I said, how's this? Pound my ass, cocksucker motherfucker, suck my dick. 1, 2, 3, 4 star. That one got right through.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's why I watch. What was it?
Now you all know my Gmail password, by the way. That's my. Motherfucker, cocksucker.
Couples retreat, ass-tastic, and fucking Jason said, no, you don't want to go with the pet's name on that? Like, no, you can't no more. You can't. You got to take some fucking wild job. My fucking password's this long, Craig. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm so tired of the password. Let me ask you something. Speaking of this comedian, so we had a good friend of ours who dabbles in comedy and he's been around for a long time doing comedy. He's a football coach as well, and he comes on the show. Hang out with a lot, and he mentioned that you're the love master.
Yes.
Explain that. How did you get the name Dab? How'd you get dubbed that?
Well, I was a geek in high school. I'm a big guy now, 6'2", but over 200. But back in high school, I was 5'1", 92 pounds, and all the girls used the F word with me. Friend. I was always the fucking friend. You know, girls pee together, the posse pee. You know, they all have the posse pee. They took me with them. That's what a geek I was. They talk about, oh, Tommy's hot, George is hot, and I had this little high voice. I'll fix you up. I know those guys. I know them. Yeah, I'm on a football team. I went out for the football team like an idiot. I'll tell you that story. But I was so tiny in high school. I won the shortest in the school award, which is weird when you see me now. I won and they posed me next to a 7-foot guy with a fro, just to rub it in even worse on the shortest. He won the tallest. So I was the geek, and the girls they would always pick bad guys. That's who they always pick. So I'm thinking, oh, I want to go out with her. And I'm thinking, give the geek a chance. I'm the love master, baby. Oh yeah, that's right, baby. Come on, girls. You see naked and afraid, I get naked. You'll be afraid, baby. Oh yeah, I'm the love master, baby. I'll hit your G spot. HIJK elemental P spot. I cover the whole damn alphabet, baby. That feels a little creepy doing it to two dudes. I got to be honest.
We got girls in the chat though. We got girls in the chat.
All right,
they love it. They love it. Leah, shout out to all of them.
Oh, Lucy, girls, come on. Give me a call on the bone phone, baby. Yeah, that's right. I'll show you the truth, and sometimes look down there. The truth hurts. Oh yeah, that's right, baby. I'm the love master, baby.
Hey, that's where it came from.
That's where it came from. It becomes again true story. It's about that's what I coach comedy and people in giving presentations and things like that. I say, bring your truth, bring your real voice. This is what we need in America. We need it in the world right now. Nobody has their real voice. We're all so confused and we're all so afraid. We're afraid to say something. Well, who am I going to offend? Well, you couldn't say that today. Yes, you can say it today. You can say anything you want. And then we had consequences. You said something offensive to somebody, they'd hit you back when we were growing up. Then you knew. Then you knew what was inappropriate. But you know what your intentions are. And my intentions are to make people laugh and not punching down, not attacking somebody. And it's all stuff that's obvious anyway. I have a bit now. It's a true story. I got my 23andMe, right?
Yeah.
14% African from Ghana, right?
What?
So That's right, my man. I'm black.
Welcome.
What's up, cousin? Wakanda. Wakanda forever. So I got a whole bit about this.
14% is a lot.
That's a lot of percent. Like, yeah.
That's right, baby. So,
did you get it? Did you get it above?
Came from. That's why you had that growth spurt.
Well,
that's right.
Is it above or below the waist?
It's all over. Oh, I will tell you this though. I will tell you this. There's no way any of that DNA got into my ups. I have no ups. I got some downs. I got a lot of downs.
Hey, at least now you can be drug into the other bathroom and it's okay.
I got a question for you. I often hear that comics will say that a lot of their jokes and their stories come from like trauma or like real shit that's happened. And like, how true is that, especially for you and your comedy?
Ridiculously true. I mean, I talked to somebody yesterday. I'm like, come on, God, really? Another thing you got to do here? You know, and I got to pick up. I'm very resilient. I'm from Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. By the way, there's no love in Philadelphia. There's no romance. Romance in Philadelphia is pretty much, hey, relax, honey. There ain't no cars coming. Come on, give it up. I mean, we're a different bunch in Philadelphia. But I did grow up. My dad left when I was born. He became a cult leader. And then it goes all the way to today. Guess what? My wife is now my ex-wife. She joined a cult, and that's why we're apart. Yeah, so I got to deal with a lot of stuff. And by the way, if you're going to see my shows this year, folks, all my shows this year are benefit shows, and all proceeds go to my ex-wife. I just thought let you know that your cover charge of my comedy shows goes to Botox and Pilates class, so she could be a better hippie. But that's what I do. I train this too. I train other fun facilitators. We go out. I have a company, Laughterworks. We go for wellness. I'm bringing laughter. We do laugh baths. We do guided laughitation. And it's so important to laugh. It's the best medicine. They always say it's the best medicine. Why is it not being deployed like that?
No shit.
So this is what I'm all about. I'll tell you a true story so all these people would get pregnant at my shows. It's hilarious, right? I guess the guy goes home and tries to be the love master. So things loosen up. They were told they couldn't have kids. I've had a lot of those. And it always sounds funny when a guy tries, yeah, baby, I'm doing it sound like Foghorn Leg. I'm the love master, baby. You know, it's really a riot, but it helps them get loose and they have babies. So my one friend, it happened for him. We were actually doing a movie called The Love Master with Farrah Fawcett and George Wendt, who just passed away. We're in Arizona. She's ovulating. I said, we're about to watch the Eagles. I said, you guys do it. And baby Kayla was born. But a year and a half after that, he got brain cancer and they gave him 3 months to live. And that's when I started everything to not have just to do with my comedy, but having to do with, I came up with a program that works for people. And he showed up for all of it. He lived 15 years past that prognosis of 3 months. He was supposed to die with the brain cancer because you got to set your mind in a different reset. And it's got to be more about laughter. So that's what I have an understanding of. No matter what goes on in society, misery loves company. That's a fact. But also we can all lift each other up from laughter. How good do you feel with your best friends who you laugh with? You guys have had laughs every single day on your show. That's the whole premise of the show. Of course, there's down moments and things like that. We got to find those laughs that oxygenate your body. Healing endorphins are released. Stress is relieved when you laugh. And I read a book, Norman Cousins cured himself of a terminal disease just through laughter, which, by the way, makes me a doctor. That's right. Open up and say hi for the Love Master ladies. Oh, yeah. I got your tongue depressor, right? That's terrible. It's creepy doing it with you two.
I know. Well, there's women watching. Just know that in the back of your
women
head.
Watching. All right, beautiful.
And they're losing their mind right now. Leah, she's putting. I seen the heart emoji. They're loving the Love Master right now. I'll see that right now.
See it. Well, I'm single now, honey.
Thanks. And 14%. So let me ask you something. Are you back in home state? Are you in California? Where are you at? Is it based on where you go comedy wise? What's hot or?
I wish I had that many homes. No, it's based on. I do live in outside of Los Angeles, near the Kardashians and Caitlyn. By the way, I live right in that neighborhood. And I'm here, but luckily for me, my number one market is Southern California. I'm in San Diego, actually Escondido this Saturday night, and I work a lot in the. So I'm very fortunate. I get to be. I have a bunch of kids, I coach all of them, by the way. Did you know that every kid these days, that's another thing. We didn't have this growing up. They all have a disorder.
Oh, no shit.
They all walk in with like papers. Like this one's got this. And as a coach, you got to adjust.
ADHD, IEP, I know. OCD.
By the way, ADD. You know what it stands for? Attention deficit. You were a kid once. Let's be honest. What normal kid pays attention?
None.
What? That's abnormal. Imagine if he came up to you. I hear every single word say. I'm focused. I'm looking right in the eye. What would you like me to do? I'm an attention surplus.
Then
you don't pay attention. I'm 31.
No, but Craig, they added the fucking H in there now.
They're always adding letters. Same with the
JB.
I can't keep
I've
up
called
with
him out. He has ADHD for sure on this show. I've said that.
I've always had it.
That's
I've always
It's a
had
normal
it.
thing.
Yeah. And by
I've
the
never
way,
taken meds though. Never taken a fucking medication in my life.
Exactly. Back when you were back when we were growing up, it was just called hyperactive. I was so hyper, I used to sleepwalk and wet my sister's bed. Nobody gave me drugs for it. They turned me around. Here, piss in your own bed. That's how you learn, brother. You sleep in your own piss. That's your medication.
Hey,
Then
Craig,
you'll
my
get better.
dad. Hey, my dad would say, "Rub dirt on it. Shut the fuck up."
Right.
Walk
You
it off.
You got to cut to the white meat in your leg. Put dirt
My
on it.
bone, I had a compound fracture. That fucking put dirt on that shit. And drive this fucking diesel truck. I'm 15.
Exactly.
I
How many
love
of us
it.
said they walk it off? They say walk it off, and we walked it off.
Yeah.
Now they go to the internet. That's how they deal with their pain. They go to the internet and have other
Hey.
people go, "Oh, I feel sorry for you."
Hey, Craig, true story.
You don't grow.
My dad built me a go-kart. Fucking Briggs and Stratton motor. Fucking built it,
Right.
welded it all together. Full on frame, seat in the middle. Fucker went like 60. I'm like 12. And I fucking am smashing this thing around the neighborhood. And I hit the brake, and I swear to God, a slow motion. I see some spring pop out, and there's no brake. I'm like, what the fuck? So all that was ahead of me was a wall, brick wall. So I fucking turned it dead in, smacked the wall. Bow! And I had to have broken every rib in my body. And I dragged the cart. I can't breathe. Back to the garage, cover it with a tarp. And I feared telling my dad that I wrecked the fucking golf cart. I broke 2 ribs. My mom was a nurse at the time. And I'm trying to tell her, like, I think I fucking. My mom's like, you better not tell your fucking dad you broke that fucking golf cart. It wasn't about me being hurt at all. It was about the fucking golf cart. I don't think there's a kid nowadays that would ever fucking even do that, and they would leave that shit down there.
Exactly. And by the way, the problem is your dad would break the ribs that weren't broken. He finished the job.
No doubt.
By the way, let's get one part straight. At least you had a dad. My dad, I got you a golf cart. My dad's a true story. He came to visit one time, my 16th birthday. He signs the title over to a car. I'm driving it up and down the driveway. I'm calling my friends. I have a car. I have my own car. I had the title. And then he drove away. I never saw the car again. I held the title, though. I used to show my friends, here, drive this to the mall. They said, do you have a car? I had that car title for all those years, but I never saw that car again. That was typical of my dad.
So you faced adversity in the face. You beat it. You're here now. You've done you created a great life for yourself. And I saw you were like, I think at the Laugh Factory or Comedy Store. And I know I used to go in there all the time, watch Eddie Griffin, who was a friend of mine, get to watch him up there on a Sunday. There'd be fucking 9 people in there, and he's doing his full bit, like just getting better as a professional. How big is that as comedians? Like, do you no matter what the audience is, do you hone your craft? Do you do that on is that a thing that you guys always did?
There's something that's built inside of me, that part of the resilience of the getting up. I mean, I really did have a difficult childhood. I was kidnapped when I was 13 by a serial pedophile. I mean, I was abandoned. I was beaten, and all of it is so I can be here and I can share it with other people. You can be victorious over anything. And I feel wonderful about my life, and I get to spread laughter all the time. And so I'm driven to the point where it doesn't matter what the audience is. I played before 75,000 people at the University of Florida 2 different times. It's the strangest thing ever, by the way. I had to wait for the laugh to come back from the other end zone. It was like a delay, like a plane going overhead. Yeah. And then
did you write a book? Have you written a book?
Yeah, I have one book out right now. It's you've heard of affirmations in the morning. You do affirmations. I have Craig Shoemaker's Laffirmations, a 40-day cleanse. And it's filled with, like, you can write in there what makes you laugh. You get to know yourself, has prescriptions. It's got all stuff what it does to you physically and mentally and spiritually. When you laugh, all those things. And then it has my jokes in cartoon form. I'll give you one of the jokes. Then you can get, it's 40 of them, 40-day cleanse. So now it'll be 39 if you get the book. Just this will be one of the jokes. One of the jokes is a guy wrote to me one day. He says, hey, Shoe. People call me Shoe. He goes, hey, Shoe, I caught my son watching S&M porn. What should I do? I said, well, definitely don't spank him.
No shit. You can't spank them no more. You can't spank them
You
no
find
more.
a ball gag and a riding crop. Yeah, that's not the punishment.
Hey, Craig, I gotta ask you something. We've had this debate on this show, and I can't. And you're the perfect person to ask. And you can prove me wrong or prove Smitty right, or vice versa.
Ask him the right way too. Do not lead him. Ask him the right way.
Ask me the right way. Yes.
Do not
whatever that means. Whatever that means.
Neutral. So I don't know who this is coming from. But.
So this is my take. I call certain people the nobodies in the world. I say you're a fucking absolute nobody. To certain guys that have lived and grew up on this thing, the cell phone era, which includes social media. So
it's a whole other world. Our upgrade was a longer cord when we were growing up.
Or the extended. So there's these popular people, 9 million followers. A guy, Drewski, for instance, this guy that's become a household name, got commercials and so on and so forth. I argue like these guys made it that were nobodies. They didn't go your path, obviously, and create it within their profession. They kind of were handed a demographic of followers between 15 and 30, which says what their demographic is, who are a bunch of, I don't know, I love this word a lot, but I say the word retard a lot, but a bunch of fucking retards that follow these fucks and make them famous. That doesn't mean they're somebody because they have 9 million followers, in my opinion. I think they're a bunch of nobodies that got famous because of social media. If you and I would have had it when we were growing up, we'd be fucking, I don't know. But I don't think they followed the path.
We didn't have it, and I made it as far as I could. I won the Comedian of the Year award, the American Comedy Awards. Old school, phone in your vote and send in your vote and all that kind of stuff. And it was based on talent. It was only based on talent. No promotion was involved. And now they have something. You know how many comedians? There's female comedians. They're called thirst traps. Are you aware of this? These are people that that in my cuticle I've got more talent, and they pose every day with a bathing suit on, and they get all this, and they're thirst traps. These dudes that actually think that they're gonna get with these women are following them.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Then they go to the comedy show, and they're horrific. There's nothing funny whatsoever about, hey, look at me. Once they're over that, you just wasted your money. Go see somebody who's talented. I only have like 59,000 followers on Instagram, but every one of those followers is there because they say, this dude's a funny guy. I'm going to follow this guy, and I'm going to go to his shows, and I'm going to go have the time of my life, not just, salivate over something you're never going to have in your life. It's ridiculous.
Now, I'm going to let Smitty explain so he can give you his side.
What was the debate, by the way? What's the debate?
So the debate is, to me, because of social media and cell phones, it has given this generation of, call them comics or creators, a different avenue, a different path in order to still reach the levels of yourself or other comics who you guys have to do it the old school route. You have to go to the different comic clubs and stand up. And that's what you had to do because that was the only options. Where now,
that's right.
Let's say you're a 22-year-old guy who's funny around your neighborhood, and you don't have the money or the backing or whatever to go, create your own big comedy show or whatever the case may be. Something that you do have, that we all have, are these phones. And if you're a true creative, you have the ability and the power to, if you want to, create skits, if you want to do, put your jokes online, whatever the case may be. With this phone, you have the ability to kind of self-promote, self-create, and if you're good at doing that, you can organically create a following, and over time, that following builds up to allow you to reach certain levels of, the Drewskis of the world. Or
let me ask you something.
Go ahead. Yes.
Have you laughed that hard watching on a phone? Have you laughed as hard as you would if you're with an audience? where laughter is contagious, where it's a beautiful vibration that's going throughout the room. There's no shot that anyone on this planet ever looks at a phone. Yeah, there's these brief little moments. Yes, they're like hits. It's like a hit on a crack pipe. Oh, good, that's good for right now. Have you ever experienced, I do a 2-hour show on stage. Have you ever experienced 2 hours of absolute laughter, feeling great about yourself, getting better in your life from watching anything on a phone? Any of these little, of course, it's nowhere near the same. So live comedy.
Here's my pushback.
What's the pushback?
A lot of these guys are doing stand-up too. It's just that to get their foot in the door, to get their name out there, to get their brand out there, they use the skits and the social media route.
Right. And I'm going to push right back to you.
Everybody's not good at stand-up, but there are some
back
who
to you. They stink. They stink.
They're horrible.
They're horrible.
They're bad.
It's not. Listen, I talk to the bookers all the time. They said, "Geez, Craig, I wish there were more like you, old school OG." Some girl backstage, she goes, "What's OG? Old guy?" I go, "Yeah, it's old guy." There's nothing like honing and crafting your material. You talk about Eddie Griffin in front of 6 people. There's nothing like that. These people are putting it on video. They're not crafting it. They're not getting the feedback. They get LOL. LOL is not truly laughing. You're not really laughing.
Right.
It's not a true laughter. The only way to get that is a live comedy show.
There are certain people that I follow who I'm actually laughing at home. I'm not gonna. Now again, I'm not comparing it to a stand-up. That's a different.
Not even close.
A stand-up comedian. There's guys who are good in movies and shows, but they're not great at stand-up. There's guys who are great at stand-up, not good in movies and shows. Everyone has their different things, you know. Like I was a guy. I grew up. I love watching the Chappelle Show. I like the Key and Peele Show. I like the skits. I like that comedy. So all I'm saying is, I don't think we should like hate on the young guys now for leveraging the resources of social media to their benefit. And I don't think they're a nobody because they've been able to build a following that has led to
in that arena.
You guys would have used the phone too if you had it.
I'm asking you. I'd use it all the time, and I'm constantly, whatever it is. These are clips, but what I'm saying is these are short little clips of your life where you're not truly letting go with absolute laughter, where you have tears coming out of your eyes and experience. There's no experience to it. There's a true experience. If you're in a live show I do an hour and a half, 2-hour show. Everybody walks out of there going, "Oh my God." And they, I meet with them and they say, "This is the most I've ever laughed. I've been seeing you 20 times. It's an experience that you're giving them. You can give them that experience as well. You can give them oh, wow. Hey, by the way, for 3 minutes, that was a very long video. 3 minutes, by the way, is a long video. I laughed the entire time. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not even close to the same experience of what you're gaining from it. Even you're gaining more health and beautiful moments of your life, not these little micro moments. These are macro moments. And that to me is more important. I'd rather I go to plays. I don't want to see like 3 notes of a play and that's enough on a tiny little device. I want to be in the play in this immersive experience that I'm having, or go to Cinemax and watch a movie in a movie theater. These are the things that are much more relative and deeper. But now we're in a society, we're convincing ourselves, oh, this is okay. This is enough. It's just like if you're making love, it's like, well, huff puff squirt here. I'm done.
I think we're having 2 different conversations though. I think that's the problem. I'm not disagreeing with like is a 2-hour show better than a 1 minute skit or video online. I'm saying that we shouldn't be upset at a young person who wants to get into comedy or any entertainment space for leveraging the tool of social media. To me, it would be idiotic to not use it if you have the access to do it. I don't think you're a nobody because you were able to leverage social media so well to where you were able to garner and build your own audience. So now when you do go do stand-up for an hour or 2 hours, you already have a following of people who actually know you, and it's stemmed from social media. I'm assuming when you have to build your way, you built your audience organically through going to like the Laugh Factory or going to the Comedy Store, doing these 5-minute, whatever time they gave you. And over time, you built your audience, and now you're you. People now are using social media to get that initial audience. Then they're going to do the stand-up or movies or shows And to me, it's a different avenue.
They're fucking horrible though. That's the difference.
That's your opinion, but
no, it's not.
There's a million people who disagree with you. Though.
I'll tell you. There's 9 million fucking retards between 15 and 31 who disagree. That's the problem because they can only.
Why does the age matter?
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why.
You were 25 at one point, so did your opinion not matter when you were 25 laughing at Eddie Griffin?
Craig already mentioned it, homie. ADHD is why 15 to 31-year-olds can only fucking watch a 1-minute video because they're retarded. They can't go to a 2-hour stand-up no more. That's the difference. These guys haven't earned shit, Smitty. They haven't earned a fucking thing.
I strongly disagree. I respect y'all both, of course. I strongly disagree with everything you guys are saying.
It's a demographic.
If getting 9 million followers through entertaining it was so easily, why doesn't everybody do it then?
Because that's my point.
They're not handed anything. That you have to do something.
What do followers mean? What do followers mean, though? What does that mean to have followers? That's the thing. We have so much meaning to how many followers you have. First of all, there could be fake followers. There could be followers that mean absolutely nothing. They're not coming to see your show. And when they do come to the shows, I hear this from all the bookers. So trust me on this. Not one of them is ever asked back because they don't have an act. They haven't created an act that is a performance act on a stage. This is a different stage that they're on. There's no disagreement that, yes, use it, but watch what happens when you go to these comedy clubs, when you go to these venues, you sell them out because people are there to see this 2-minute person that they've seen 2 minutes, and then the experience that these people are having in the audience. Have you seen anybody that you're talking about? Somebody that created something.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We might be looking at different groups of people. For example, there's this show called it's the 85 South Show. You may not have heard of it at all, but these are a group of guys that leverage social media. A guy named DC Youngfly, whatever. He's the guy who literally used to go on social media. He had no money and would just roast people. And over time, he built audiences and he started doing more. Good. Then he got invited to the show Wild and Out. And then and now fast forward to today, they go on tours around the US and they have sold out crowds. You can see the crowds. I have friends who've been there and they're cracking up laughing and they do their show live and it's successful and it's funny. So I'm not saying I'm sure there are plenty of examples of people who bust and who don't do well, but I can also give you a lot of examples of people who use social media to leverage themselves. They're actually funny in real life. And now they're having a lot of success on stage and selling out crowds repeatedly.
I think we're talking about two different things, though.
That's a fact. I'm not just making it up.
But that's not happening. But a roast show is not stand-up comedy, homie. That's not.
You're too young to understand it. He got his name from roasting originally, but he now has a show with his group of people.
You're missing the point. They didn't earn the grind. Is my point. They've gained popularity through these social media followers who never really saw them.
My question to you guys is, how did they? So followers don't matter, cool. But my question is, how did they get the following? Why are their crowds sold out? If the followers are fake, then why does it translate to sold out crowds?
Let me see if I can compare this to something. This is ad-libbed. I have no idea. I never talked about this before.
Oh shoot, I gotta.
You know, athletes.
You had to go, homie.
Athletes.
I didn't see what time it was.
I told you fucking 10 minutes ago.
They send best of videos to go get something.
Craig, he had to go at 9:00 and he was in the conversation. So but we're good. I'll keep it going for if you got a couple minutes.
Well, the athletes send best of tapes, the recordings of themselves, right? And then they get there and they're terrible. They're terrible.
It's a highlight reel.
They do a highlight reel, and that's exactly what this is. It's a highlight reel, and it doesn't mean it is real because it's not real. That's not real. A highlight reel is not real. It doesn't show all your failures, all your routes that you didn't run properly, all the times you did miss the ball, all that stuff in highlight reels. And how many people have been drafted based on highlight reels or having one good showing? It doesn't matter in the long run. You're talking about long run, and athletes are in it for the long run. Comedians are in it for the long run, for really entertainment purposes, for those big shows. Those are big shows. They're not mini little micro shows. So I think it's wonderful if people do this, but are you really selling yourself as a stand-up comedian? Are you really have you honed and crafted your work to the point where people are going to go there? Now, here's the thing. They've also, what's happened is audiences have now been trained in these in this micro world. So maybe they are happy, but they don't even know how happy they could be if they went to a true professional show. They don't know. They don't know anything.
I think Smitty in this demographic, this age gap between us is different. I think they're used to. I think he believes that social media content creators who have considered some sort of comedian online is a comedian who does it professionally, and I don't think he understands there's a huge difference. These roast comics or these social media, there's a reason why you don't see these guys in 10 years. Because stand-up comedians can get so many different, can go on to have so many different avenues, get in the movie or whatever. These guys may get a couple commercials right now because they got 9 million followers by an ad sponsor or some shit, but they're not a professional at any particular craft. And that's what I keep telling these youngsters, man. This demographic, I guess and I'll ask you this, I guess the difference is the age demographic. It's just got to be because
also got to understand this is as good as it gets for them. They don't know any better. They haven't been to a show. They think I'm a boomer or something. They go, hey, what's up, boomer, or whatever. So they're not going to listen. They don't know what it's like to experience. They go in even to those shows from professionals. They're going, they want to be entertained the way they're taught to be entertained. So so by the way, all power to them. It's a whole other group. Go to it. Go to those shows.
I have no issue.
My experience is how unfortunate for you that you can't sit through a play, for instance. Now, I love musicals. I love plays. I just saw Hamilton. So Hamilton cannot be put in little bits. You can't put it in little bits. You got to see the whole thing. Right. That's the way stand-up comedy at its best is done. Now, to them, it's at its best if they're getting up there and roasting and doing their thing. It's selling out. Yeah, they sell out. It's unbelievable. They're selling out venues. And if that's the experience that people want, then that's what they'll get. So that they're showing up for that. It's like, listen, I have a certain car. You might have another minivan, but whatever it is, it's what fits you. So this fits this generation more so where they think followers and likes and comments, that is their juice. That's what they go by.
That's what the demographic wants. They want to be that. So that's the number one reason why they're going to always defend that. And that's even my co-host who's going to, he's been in little short film. He works at Fox. He covers big time, Michael Irvin, Paul Pierce. He covers them daily. So he's around it. So that makes sense that this is what his avenue would be. He would take it in a heartbeat, which I'm all for it. Make your money, do your thing. You're young. All that, but the truth of the matter is, to my point is, these nobodies, who I call them, became insta famous, we like to say now on social media, but they never earned shit. They got it because of where we are demographically and how we operate, and that's we're in the tech age of society where everything is now you can catch what is it called, algorithm. If that shit hits the right way, you're insta famous overnight. You didn't do shit for it. And then you'll get a commercial.
Yeah, so I've had it happen. I had a couple hit videos. One was my freaking daughter in a play as Mrs. Potts, and that caught on. You know why it caught on? Because I argued with some people that criticized her, and they're, look at this dad, and that's all clickbait, and they all get into that kind of stuff. That's what people are into. But if that makes you happy, all the power to you. But my thoughts on that, you are not truly happy, and it's not truly sustainable. You will not see them. Look, I've got decades in this career and still pack rooms and make people laugh. Are there going to be people of this ilk that are going to say 30 years later, they're going to go, yes, I'm still posting these videos and I'm still doing, no, it's just it. But, I don't want to sound like some boomer or whatever it is, or some grouchy guy. All the power to you. I'm just saying, ask yourself if you truly are laughing to the point where you can't take it anymore, you're hurting somewhere. True, gigantic laughter is to be had with a professional comedian that didn't get there by these clips. They got there by working their craft. So, and that's a fact, by the way. You do not have your belly aching at these shows from these people. Trust me, I've talked to the club owners, and they'll say, oh, yeah, that'll be the last time we have them there. You know, they sold it out. They sold it out to people were like months in advance.
Right.
They love that. The clubs love that, by the way.
Right,
But they also don't like the fact that people are walking out disappointed. That's not what I saw in the videos and all that kind of stuff because you can't back it up.
No doubt. Before you get out of here, man, just off the top, and I can't thank you enough for having this extended conversation. I try to talk to the youngsters all the time. I'm like, there's two things can be true that Smitty likes to say. But I got to ask you, who's the GOAT or your top 5 guys growing up? You probably got me by a few years, I assume, age-wise, but I think we know the same type of people in the comic world. Just true stand-up. Who's your like favorites?
Well, actually, they're on the wall back here. I was at Chris Rock's house. I'm sorry, at Chappelle's house a couple different times. But one time was he and Chris Rock, so they're two of my definite favorites.
Really?
See my awards back there. See my awards? I got to give you my best award. So I got Emmys and Comedian Year, but my best award, hold on. Oh, man. Oh, here it is. Hold on.
All right.
See that photo back there? It's Chris Rock, Jimmy Fallon, right back there. That's Jon Stewart, all in one night at Chappelle's backyard in a cornfield. And his first time he ever worked professionally was opening for me at 15 years old. Made $150. I still tease him.
Damn.
But here's the award that's I'm most proud. I don't want to brag, but I won the Horse's Ass Award at my ex-wife's family reunion. Just thought I'd let you see that trophy.
Horses.
I won the Horse's Ass Award, and I earned this.
Ex-wife, by the way.
Yeah. Now she's my ex-wife. She was my wife at the time. But I'd say Chappelle and Rock are my two. Bill Burr, I really love him. All of these people I've seen grow through the years, and they keep growing, and they're not doing it through little clips. They are not doing it through little clips. They are doing it through actual specials, hour specials. They're doing it through concerts in arenas and theaters, and they work it out in comedy clubs. Chappelle now owns a club in Yellow Springs, Ohio, where he lives. And I watch these people, and it's such admiration. When I see how Chris Rock, I just think, well, they're all three are geniuses. That's my opinion.
What about the OGs prior, like the Carlins and the Kinnisons and the Dangerfields and the Red Foxes and obviously Pryor and Eddie Murphy, those older guys that were before us. Who stood out to you during that era?
Well, Dangerfield, I really love what he did with his career. At 40 years old, he was done. He was an aluminum siding salesman, and then he changed. He was Jack Roy, and then he changed to Rodney Dangerfield. I got no respect. He had one little click, and then he took off from there. The day I met him was the perfect time to meet him. Well, not the perfect time, but the perfect way to meet him because he was so Rodney. I come backstage, and me and a couple other headliners at his club. He had a club in Vegas, and he's back there backstage, and he's snorting coke off these two naked women's breasts, right? He's got the lines on their breasts. He's got the bill in his nose, and he looks up and sees. He goes, "How you doing, fellas? How are you?" He goes, "No, I do this because I can." So it's a perfect way to meet Rodney Dangerfield. But all those guys are legends, and women too. They're Joan Rivers, legends at working a craft. It's a different craft than the other ones are working. Back to that thing. It's a different craft. They could be geniuses at this, and I admire them, by the way. The videos that they do, I can't do it. Not my arena, not my thought, not my pattern. But the way these comics work their craft day in and day at night, showing up in front of 2 people, 3 people, whatever it is, it certainly isn't all glorious. That's for damn sure. And going through all the pains. Most of us went through a lot of pain too. Pryor, that's legendary,
right?
Whorehouse and everything else, and
no doubt.
Carlin with his drinking, and just so many people have been through this. And then this is our way. This is our alchemy, the alchemy of laughter, which makes us all happier. And that's why I created this business, to really, really break myself way out there, where I train other facilitators to go in for wellness for people, coach people, and making sure that laughter is your intention. So if you go get the laugh somewhere else, if you're getting them from a video, all power to you. Go keep laughing. That's the most important thing. It does heal.
No doubt, man. Craig, I can't thank you enough for hanging around, man. And we let it. I have to come see you in person, man. Hopefully, we're both in LA, so we'll have to hang out sometime.
Where you at?
I'm out in IE, but my boat's in Long Beach, so I'm slipped in Long Beach. So I'm out there all the time. I'm from Compton, Long Beach area originally, so only white guy. So just like you, that's something we have there. But yeah, it's we have to hook up and when you get out to perform. You're going to San Diego, you said, this weekend?
Yeah, Escondido this Saturday. Let's see if I'm good. I was just in Hermosa. That would be closer to you. Just did Brea. That's Inland Empire, I guess. But I'm trying to think of some. Oh, Ice House in Pasadena. Why don't you come see me there, like third week of July. CraigShoemaker.com. Oh, June. Third week of June. So coming right up.
The
Craig
Ice
Shoemaker, come stream. Yeah, the Ice House, great venue by the way.
It is.
My first 2 albums were recorded there. It's just small but really good, intense. Let's bring all your crowd out to that one. I think it's like the 20-something of 28th of June or something like that. CraigShoemaker.com.
Yeah, I'll check it out. CraigShoemaker.com. Go follow him, all you guys, and we'll definitely check it out. I'll have to hook up with you and come see you, man. And can't thank you enough, man. I hope wish you the best, you and the family, and I love your story, man. Thanks for coming on here with us, and hopefully do it again.
Appreciate you. Absolutely. Anytime.
That's definitely. Craig Shoemaker, I appreciate you, brother.
How do I get off of here? How do I get off? I don't even know.
Well, my guy will remove you. Shout out to Craig Shoemaker, man. Michael Cooper had some legends on today. Shout out to everybody. Steve Kim, of course. Tomorrow's Free Game Friday, man. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be Free Game Friday. And Hemi Noise, you are the epitome of what we're talking about. The fucking slapdick nobodies that know who nobody is. No shit, Sherlock's homeboy. That's why you made my fucking point. But anyway, it is what it is. On another day, another dollar. We'll see you tomorrow. Free Game Friday. Appreciate you guys. Peace.